Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of ROIL TALK podcast where we smoke, lift, and live. You might notice we won't be smoking much more during the episode, so
We do it before.
yeah, we do it before and after.
And after.
If this is your first time tuning in, thank you guys so much. Allow us to introduce ourselves. My name is Joe,
Adam.
Jake.
and we got Jorge behind the desk doing something right now, making
Porn.
us look good. Yeah, looking at this stuff.
China Hyena.
Yes.
Anything crazy going on? We need to announce.
Just the world's wild right now.
World is wild,
Or
guys.
cheers. It's burning down. Appreciate it.
I'm excited for this episode. This was a personal call for mine. Thank you, Adam, for helping set it up.
Yes,
and,
sir.
I'm excited to have this talk today.
Ready?
Take it.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got the man, the one and only, Mr. 5th Gen Meats here, DJ.
What's up?
How's it
Thank
going?
you for coming, brother.
Yeah, no problem.
Everyone in town knows Fifth Gen Meat Company.
You want to kind of, I guess, back me up a little, and it's from Barstow Butchery, or give us a little story about that?
Yeah,
How it
it's why we called it Fifth Gen Meat Company is my brother and sister, our kids are the fifth generation.
Okay.
My great grandpa started it in Pomona, called Big J's Meats in 1957, and from there, my grandpa. Back then, you had to join the union to become a meat cutter. So he joined the union, became a meat cutter, and then from there, he went out to Newberry Springs and started just a little meat counter in my grandpa's. It was called Newberry Market back then. Started a little meat counter, and that's kind of where it began. And
Butchering or just cut meat? Like,
mostly just retail, cutting meat. Yeah,
Okay.
retail. And then he actually, him and Tommy Purdy were best friends, kind of best friends going through high school together. And so Tommy Purdy and my grandpa said, "Hey, let's do a meat shop and do custom butchering together." So both of them are hotheads. So they start building where Purdy's is now. Started putting that store together, and they both got an argument and a fight one day. And my grandpa just basically said, "Hey, I'm out. So I'm gonna go buy my own property and do it." So then he went on Main Street in Barstow
Okay.
and built from the ground up Barstow Country Meats, and that was in 1981 is when that started.
okay. And then how long did you guys stay out there for?
Stayed out there. My grandpa sold it in '99, I believe.
Okay.
And then from there, at that point, Costco and the grocery stores had pretty much taken over the retail meat. So it killed the business. I mean, my grandpa could not compete with their prices and stuff like that. And there was no organic back then. There wasn't the hype that it is. People didn't care. They were just all about price.
Okay.
And so from there, in 2000, my dad, he had always, when they opened up the store in 81, my dad learned how to go out and custom butcher. So go out to people's houses and, whether it was a pig or a beef or a goat, he would butcher it and process it there and then bring it back and we would custom cut it.
So you guys started that in Barstow at that
Yeah,
store? Started like
in 1981.
Is there a term for going out to? Do they call it?
Dispatch the animal. Yeah,
Yeah.
dispatch the animal. And he did that for years there. And then when my grandpa sold, because like I said, the custom butchering part could not carry the meat shop any longer. And my grandpa wanted to retire. So my dad went out to First Street, bought a building, and then turned that into just custom butchering. But in between that, my dad worked for Sara Lee Bread. So he was a bread guy. So he'd start at 2 in the morning
Run
and
the route.
run the route. He actually drive to Ridgecrest, run the route in Ridgecrest, drive back home, get the butcher truck, and go butcher. And back then you'd only do, this is in 2000, he would do maybe 30 to 40 animals a week, maybe.
Wow.
So
then obviously you have to have a rig set up for all that, and the
Yeah.
cooler and the box truck and all that.
yeah.
How long
correct.
does it take to do a cow?
Um, Normally, if you're by yourself, it's about an hour. If you have somebody with you, it can take 30 minutes or so.
Have you ever seen it done?
I mean, I've seen some videos.
Not in person.
No. I don't
Well,
think I
so
have.
back in high school, I went to Apple Valley High School. They would have like a day where the butcher, I don't know if it was your dad or them.
Yeah, it was
they
my
would,
dad.
They would come out with the big truck, put the boom down, and dude, they wouldn't even warn you. Like you'd be just chilling there, and the fucker would pull his pistol out and fucking poof, shoot the cow.
What?
Yeah, and then I think the pigs, they would shoot them and then cut their throat, and
Yeah.
like they start, and all this blood comes out, dude. Yeah, and like we're in high school watching this stuff. He just fucking comes in, hooks it, lifts it up, fucking goes. Before you know, it's like art, dude. Just cuts that fucker up, skins it, everything. Before you know, he just slides half of it in, slides half of it in the truck, and he's like, "All right, next." You're like,
Yeah, sometimes the longest part is shooting the animal because you have people that you go to their house and they have neighbors, or you got to watch where you shoot, or they raise this thing from a bottle fed, and they're standing there
They're
watching,
attached
and
to
you
it.
don't want to miss, because the
Yeah, it's
the
a
littlest noise, they'll turn their head right when you get to go to pull that trigger. They'll turn their head, and you'll miss, and
Right,
I mean
and
they'll
it's,
start crying or upset, and it's like
Joe, calm down.
And it could be bad if you miss, right? The meat gets tense up. There's like different things that happen, or no?
they say that.
But not-
No, I mean
never seen it.
we've over the years we've looked at all that, and
There's so
No.
many conspiracies. With
Yeah,
memes that
there
I
is,
want to
like-
see. I want to get your opinion.
yeah,
on all
you
that
you
stuff.
get because I mean you get that a lot with people that I hauled it from wherever, and they brought it in, and it was running, it was up and down the trailer. You got to let it sit for 24 hours and then do it, and it's like you see that stuff, and there's guys from, because up in like Montana right now, custom butchering, if you go get a calf, they're telling us the wait list is 6 to 8 months before you can get your animal done. So we have people up there that will load them in their trailers and bring them out to us.
Boom, boom, boom.
They'll bring 10, 15 head at a time, because
What is making that like wait time? So much like there's so much.
there's
product?
there's no competition out there. People don't. It's a dying trade. Like I said, the industry, from the Costco's and the Wincos and Sam's Clubs, they killed the retail side. So you just had butchering. So up until probably 10, 12 years ago, when kind of organic really became the thing, people start actually looking at, what am I eating? What's in my food? And then you got YouTube and social media
And started
putting all these videos.
putting info out.
And then
Oh,
from
yeah.
there, you start my dad, we would start getting calls, and people would say, hey, I got a pig to butcher. And you show up at their house, and they stole 10 pallets from behind the grocery store and wired it together and threw a pig in it and said, hey, this is my first pig. Never did this before,
Wow.
And you get a lot of that still. You get a
So-
lot of people.
Your dad's place in Barstow is like old school butcher where you walk up, order your meats, he has certain cuts, or he'll make whatever for you.
Yeah, but in Barstow, for the retail side,
Yeah,
exactly.
Just you go in.
Yep.
Like hometown, small.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly.
You ever been to anything like that?
No.
No, not
So-
in
so
like
you
New
bu-
York or.
Oh, you mean like a butchery?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure, for
Okay.
sure. In the East Coast, they're everywhere.
Yeah.
Growing up, for sure. Like even when you go to like downtown LA, there's a couple over there, like
Mhm.
Alberta Street and stuff. But yeah,
So you buy the cows live, alive, right?
Yeah,
And
well,
you're saying you transport
the-
them alive to you.
yeah, in Barstow, that was the custom side in Barstow.
Oh,
And so what happened was when we moved over here, we have Barstow Country Butchering, which we still do that.
Is that the
But
mobile division?
Yeah, that was the mobile part.
Okay.
And so that is a lot of people that raise their own animals
And you just service.
and the fairs. So all these fairs you go to in Southern California,
Mhm.
a lot of those animals come to us now, and we'll process them. So if you bid on them at the fair and you write down, we want it to be sent to Barstow or Country Butchering, they'll come to us.
It's like a toll process job for you.
Mm.
Like so they go out and do like a toll.
Right.
But they also you guys hang the meat and take
Yeah,
care of it till it's
correct.
ready. They portion it and do all that for you too.
So along the way, when you're doing, because you have a storefront, obviously,
Correct.
right? So you do retail in a sense,
Yeah.
right? So you'll buy like a couple live cows for your guys' stock. And
No,
stuff, or
so
how's that
so
work?
the retail side. So my dad's always wanted to get back to that. Hey, if a customer comes in and wants 2 pork chops, 3 inches thick with a pocket cut and stuffing in them.
Yes,
We'll do it.
yes,
That's what I was
yes.
saying.
That's that old school way. Yeah,
Yes.
whatever custom.
Yes.
Like
So
our
I'm
like
sure you're familiar with that.
yeah.
Yes, for
So like
sure.
our lunch meat, same thing. It's all bulk, and like Stater Brothers does, we'll slice it thin or whatever you want. My dad wanted to get back to that where he'll custom do anything you want there on the spot.
That's old school.
So that in order to do that, that's where the retail meat shop came in, but it has to be completely separate building, and it all has to be USDA inspected.
Because you're going through the parameters of being certified.
Yeah, and selling to the
legit
public
all
and
this,
the
so-
health department and all that, because the other business is considered a service base. We're doing it for people.
Okay.
So in order to sell like this, we had to get the licenses to be
you're
able to
scrutinized
retail.
a lot more, correct?
Oh yeah, very much so.
So
yeah.
the new place you guys built and all that, like, how did that come together?
um
The new stuff, like, was it? Were you guys there for a while, then just redid it all, or what's the story
we
there?
let's see. We bought that property in 2020 and had Conco Construction. We started the construction like 2021.
Okay.
Had the plan, so we had it completely in the metal building, the 5,000 square foot building on the property.
The red building was there.
The red
This is
building,
Apple
yes,
Valley,
it was there.
right?
Yeah, and the front building. It actually, I want to say 20 some years ago, that was the old Apple Valley Humane Society, the front building.
Okay.
So that was built in like 40s.
Okay.
back
I
then.
thought you guys did such a great job. I thought the front building's all new.
Yeah,
I
it
thought
pretty
just-
much is. All that was left was the frame because we had to use that
Oh, you guys
for the
okay.
permits.
You guys.
So yeah, pretty much everything is new.
dude, it's
but,
bitchin'.
yeah.
Yeah, it's
So
fascinating.
so we started that, drew up the plans and did that. But it just obviously we're already out of room, and my dad he's he's one. He's all right. We're adding on. I'm like, wait a minute.
Because you guys have it looks like a decent sized property. Like it goes
Yeah.
off to the right, and that you
Yeah.
have more space.
Yeah. So we've set it up to where we have all the futures under the concrete to where on the right side where that dirt is,
Yeah.
we can build another 5,000 square foot building.
Nice.
So we've set it up that way. Yeah.
Have you been there, Jake?
No, I haven't.
Dude, it's
Definitely plan on it.
Oh,
love-
yeah,
dude,
dude.
it's-
I had something I
if
want to
you're-
bring up so bad.
if you're like a eater or you like beef, it's like a kid in a candy store. You go in there and it's like endless. I'm like, I don't even
and
know
it's
they
all
have-
white and like clean too, so you're
Yeah.
kind of like,
And everything's packaged tight, labeled. Dude, good job on you. I would
Yeah.
say good job, you guys.
My dad is a perfectionist, so the steaks are a certain way. The
Yes.
everything is put in a certain way,
damn
and he
it.
loses his mind. If you
Really?
put that pork chop sideways the wrong way, he's pissed.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah, he's
And
pissed.
does he? So, and you said he works 7 days. He's
Yeah,
grinding in there.
Yep,
So
7 days a week.
he runs operations, or is it collective? Like
He kind of does what he feels like in certain days. Like one day he might be cutting, and then the next day he's ordering and stuff like that. Because the thing about it is, when we've been dealing with a lot of these USDA inspectors,
Mhm.
we've learned so much because you go to these stores and it's organic or grass fed. Well, and the regulations is a lot of it's bullshit. I mean, when you go in there and you see grass fed finished,
Mhm.
it's not. It's only it could have ate creosote bushes its whole life, and then they fed it grass fed alfalfa or whatever towards the end. And USDA they'll stamp it, grass fed finished. So when you buy true grass fed, it has to be set. The package has to say grass fed and grass fed finished. If it doesn't say both, it's not true grass fed.
so it's
so
just finished usually.
In order for my dad to get actually true, which everything it has there is true grass fed, you have to order a lot of that out of New Zealand, and it'll take 6 weeks for us to get in
Wow.
because you can get the
There-
true grass fed elk and
There's nothing around,
buffalo.
no
and-
farms or nothing
Nope.
around here doing it.
I mean, you get locals. That's where if you called me and you wanted to, I can send you to a local guy like Earl Graham. Earl Graham, he does true grass fed.
Okay, over
Yep.
there.
So you want to go to him, you go there and you buy the beef from him, and then he'll have it inspected, and then he'll call us on the Barstow Country Butchering side.
for service.
Yep. Yeah, and then we'll butcher it, and then we'll cut and wrap it however you want, because that's yours. But that's true grass fed.
And he sells hay and all that, huh?
Yeah, he sells all
He's
that
the one
stuff.
that I see him in the truck loading
Yeah.
big old loads.
Yep.
The good old boy.
Yeah, old school way.
Yeah,
Yeah.
dude. He'll be in the the big ass truck with his wife.
Yeah.
They'll be cruising down the road delivering hay. I'm like,
Yeah, Rhonda. Yeah,
legit,
Cool.
dude.
they got the dogs. You go to the house.
Well,
and they
did
cruise the
you?
golf
I don't
cart.
know if like this is true. I guess we should speak on this a little. But so he was storing all those containers.
Yeah.
Dude, that's a killer thing for him.
Oh yeah.
I heard that. Did you guys ever see on Deep Creek and what is that? Deep Creek
Oh,
and
yeah.
that
Rock
huge
Springs.
Rock Springs, that huge containers that were being stored at
Walmart
Walmart.
containers, yeah.
Well, he's getting paid per container,
Yeah, I know.
like storing it, moving them. Well, the community was having a fit because those trucks were coming
Yeah.
in and out and all that. But can't be mad at the dude. Like he has the space and the property and the opportunity. He fucking killed it.
yeah.
And are they all gone now?
Most of them. There's some left.
Yeah.
Because he's been. My understanding, he was fighting the county for a while,
Yeah.
and certain permits they wanted to pull and things, and
I-
they
I'm
kept
sh-
making it
I'm
difficult.
sure some people started fucking with
Yeah,
him.
oh, yeah, a lot of
Politically
people,
wise,
yep.
a
Oh,
little pull here and there, and they fucking make a
Mhm.
Yeah.
problem. But
Yeah, but it was like Walmart was paying half the price. They were paying a certain amount down in the shipping yards, and
Yeah.
they could bring it to him and store it there, and it was half the price. They were saving
Mhm.
millions a year.
dude, that stat got huge, but
Yeah.
everybody was making a fuss. But I thought it was a great deal
Yeah.
for him.
Yep.
Like, we're
Yeah.
all just jealous we didn't have the opportunity.
yeah,
Yeah, facts.
for sure.
Those
There's
ones in Adelanto, there's like hundreds of thousands
Yeah.
there. I'm like, I wonder how much those guys are making.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there was a lot of people calling up work, like asking bids, about the trailers and
Oh,
everything.
trying to get in
Yeah,
on it. or
like,
what?
how do we get involved in that? They're like, we don't control that. We don't
Yeah.
control that. I got to call home office.
That's like a deal between Top Dog and like
Yeah.
some dude, his friend. He's like, hey man, you got some property? I'll make you some money. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
yeah.
I'll take care of you.
That's like a lunch deal, or like you're sitting at lunch and that shit comes across the
Yeah,
table. You're
exactly.
like,
Or
got
golf.
you. Yeah.
especially if
Yeah.
we're both rich.
So go ahead, Joe.
So, do you ever get complaints about your hours?
Do what?
Ever get complaints about your hours?
Yeah, because we're not open long enough. My dad just changed that
Oh,
2
really?
days ago to 6 p.m.
Yeah.
He-
My
he-
chick has been telling me, she's like, you need to tell them about their hours.
Yeah.
They're not a
I
bank.
said
Well,
the same thing, dude.
He went,
got a bank.
but the problem is that one, he doesn't. It's hard to find part-time employees that want to work 4 or 5 hours.
Yeah.
So he's like, okay. So when we first opened, it's been open about 18 months. Fifth Gen has. So he goes, oh well, I'm gonna be open from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. Well, he's like, nobody comes past 6. I'm gonna change it to 6. I said, Dad, you can't. It's only been 2 weeks. You got to give a little bit of a chance.
This old boy has no
But-
patience.
and then the employees are the employees
This guy
are
needs his own
complaining.
show.
Yeah, the employees are complaining because they're standing around, and it's like, so then he changed it, and he changed again. One thing with my dad that drives everybody crazy is he's constantly changing stuff.
So
constantly.
he beats to his own drum. He don't give a
Oh
shit.
no, he doesn't. And it's funny because we were just talking about it the other day. I said, because I get mad when I call him. I say, when I call you, I'm calling you for a reason. Answer the phone or the text message. Because you'll look at his phone, he'll have 20 text messages he never even opened. I'm like, Dad, these are like 2 weeks ago. And then
It could
4
be
or 5, no, 4 or 5 will be from employees. And he goes, I don't care what they say. I'm doing things my way, and it's a complaint or what. I don't care. And I'm not. And those people are not important. I'm here to work. I'm here to make money. I'm running a business.
Sounds like a scholar.
Oh man, and I'm just
Well, those good old
learn
boys,
from
they're
me.
they're
Yeah.
not around anymore
Yeah.
like that. They're good to
Yeah.
like
For
if
sure.
the younger generation could go in there and learn from that dude, they'd be so well off.
yeah.
Yep.
And it's
Yeah.
crazy. I don't know if you guys seen like that. Like physical labor trades are so far down. in,
Oh,
like,
yeah.
percentages and like so what's going to happen is the value of those type of workers is going to go up.
Yeah.
It's a shortage. It's going to be a
Yeah.
crazy thing to see what happens here pretty
Yeah,
soon.
and it's I have a buddy in construction, same thing. He said, you hire these guys and they'll come brand new, 18, 19 years old, and they'll start, I think he said $38 an hour, and first weekend they're already calling in sick, they're tired, they don't want to dig the hole, they don't, he says it's unreal.
Yeah.
But I remember my dad, growing up in the summer, it's hot and he's tired, or he'd have the flu, and he'd be literally have the flu, go throw up whatever, and then he'd be back, finish the job, and into the day he's got to unload, and he'd be literally laying on his back out in the concrete.
Trying to figure out life, but he's
Oh,
still
and I'm like,
working.
Dad, you all right? You alive? Yeah, I just got to get this unload. Here, let me help you. Like,
And how many
just-
siblings are there in the fam?
there's 4 of us.
4 of you guys? Are
Yeah.
you guys all involved or?
Yeah, all of
Yeah?
us. Yeah. Since moving over here, my brother, I became a State Farm agent 18 years ago, but my brother, he probably 10 years ago started learning the butchering side of the business for my dad, because my dad got heat stroke a few times and just couldn't do it anymore.
Okay.
So my brother took that over, and then when we came over here about 2 years ago, my dad had my sister come over and have her working full time to kind of do the payroll and do that kind of stuff.
So it's
now.
a family affair.
Yeah.
Now, do you guys have any of your kids old enough to be involved or any of that type of stuff?
My son's 16. Yeah,
Is
he's
he on
there.
the videos and that you guys? have been
yeah,
doing?
he'll do the videos. Yeah,
That's
he's
cool.
and it's we try to get other people to do the videos, and nobody wants to do it. Everybody's nervous. Nobody wants to do it because people always say, "Why are you doing them?" Just being in kind of doing stuff with State Farm over the years, it's just easy to do. Get
Yeah.
it done, record it, be done, and out.
Yeah, just get on
And
with
yeah,
it.
and so my son, my oldest son, Denver, he's 16. He's been doing some of the videos, and he started working for my dad. And so again, it's hard because he wants to just the conversation we had right before I left to come here. He's like, Dad, my grandpa won't let me off next week. I want to go on vacation with Mom. And it's like, my dad's like, no, you're staying, and all the other guys are staying. I don't care. You guys are out of school for the week. You get spring break. Yeah, then you're going to work. Otherwise, you don't work here.
school.
Go work
Old
somewhere
school.
else.
Man,
Yeah.
Denver, just listen to your grandpa. You'll appreciate it one day.
But Denver also, and that's the thing I tell him. I said, "But you're 16. You just bought a $20,000 Toyota Tacoma. You put $15,000 down. You owe $5,000 left on it. You're paying $1,000 a month this month payment. Tell me any of your friends that have done that. It's because you have a good work ethic. You're putting in the work. You're saving your money. You're smart with your money. You're 16 years old and you have a truck almost paid off.
Yeah, just
Nice.
keep doing your thing,
Yeah.
Bubba.
Yeah.
Yeah, learn from
Yeah,
your
so-
elders.
Wait, let's talk about the gym real quick.
This
DJ
guy's
over there
jacked.
is
He's looking
jacked, dude.
good.
I can't stop looking at his arms.
Yeah. Oh, you look good, Bubba. I haven't seen you lately. Are you 24 hour? Where you been? What's going on?
Going to Planet Fitness, and then I'll go to the gym too.
Yeah.
Both. If I ever drop my daughter off at practice, I'll leave her there, like
Yeah.
in softball, and then I'll run to the gym real quick. And
Okay.
my biggest thing is eating. I don't eat right.
Yeah,
And
that's
it's
all of
like-
us. That's all
It's
of
all
us.
of us.
Yeah,
bro.
and it's crazy because some of these people that come in on the weekends at meal prep, and my dad or I'll talk to them. They're on this carnivore diet.
Yeah.
They look amazing. Some of them don't even work out and smoke, and they look amazing. Some of them, work out hard and are stuck to this diet, and they look just phenomenal. And it's like I'm standing here around all this meat, and I could easily do it, and I can't do it.
Zero.
Damn it.
Zero.
I know. It's just like
It's
a
like an
stress eater.
inner battle, or you just fucking
Yeah.
chow
It's like
down.
that.
No,
hell with this
I'm a
meat.
stress eater. So
Yeah.
I'll eat or drink a Red Bull, and it's a candy bar, and it's like,
That's
I want to
fine.
do that, but
Okay.
yeah.
That's all of us, dude. Like, I kind of I'm leaner than most. So everybody's like, oh, you're skinny. I'm like, yeah, but I have a hard time fucking putting weight on. So, like, we all
Yeah.
have different problems. But, like, none of us are athletes. Like, none of us are trying to, like, be this perfect
Olympics.
specimen. Yeah, you know what I mean? So fucking eat. Have a good time.
Enjoy
Do
it.
what the fuck
80-20.
you gotta do,
80-20.
You know what I mean?
80-20.
If your shirt fits good, you get compliments. Thank you.
There
Like,
it
I'm
is.
winning. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And that's
take
what I'm
your
looking
trend.
for. But I noticed, dude, you're always stacked. Like, you always stay pretty stout.
Yeah.
Because
How
I
tall
think
are you?
I'm only 5'6". That's what sucks. I got, little man syndrome, whatever. So I got to get my shit together, Fuck.
They pack on muscle easy.
Yeah.
I always tell the short guys, like, sometimes I wish I was like you because you guys just fucking plonk like
Yeah.
that. I'm like, fuck, man. But
Yeah.
I think we even I remember this guy. He used to go to Anytime back in the day.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Anytime, and then 24, and then COVID hit and all that. So
Yeah. I used to see you in there, but I remember like I'm a pretty good with faces.
Yeah.
So, but once you popped up on like the 5th gen stuff, I'm like, hey Joe, that's that dude we used to see at Anytime.
Yeah.
I don't know if I should say it, but he used to be over there macking on the chick. We'd be working out. He'd be.
He's like, stay away from that.
But yeah. Anyways, small world. So, as far as 5th gen's going, like, is the growth gonna be? You guys gonna be able to keep up with the growth?
That's where we're struggling right now because we've run out of walk-in room and freezer space.
Dude,
and
your place
we're-
is stacked in there, like full of product.
Yeah, well, and my dad comes up with all these different ideas. So, like when you walk in there and you look at the links, he has 7 different kinds of chicken links, 7 different kinds of turkey links, 7 different kinds of pork links, and
I
then
love
he'll-
it,
you know,
dude.
and yeah, and I'm like, Dad, you can't, and he's frustrated because he should have done this and should have made it bigger. But I said, we didn't know. You don't, when you go, you invest that kind of money, you don't
Right.
know, if it's really going to take off, especially being on that end of town. Are people really going to drive from Asperry to Victorville to come over feeling?
They're doing
And
it.
so, yeah, they're doing it. The hard part now is that we run out of a certain, say they're coming for New York or Rabbi. If we don't have it and we can't cut it, then they came from Asperia. So it's, discouraging to some people. So that's why we're in the process now. We just got the website actually done today. So we're testing it now for shipping or delivering. So we're getting that going. So
I seen
that'll
you-
be going.
I seen you put a thing about you guys are getting ready. Is it like on the fly delivery, like Swan type thing, or custom like?
We're
orders or-
trying. We're gonna try to do it not on the fly because there's too much. But we're gonna try to do it where we do like say Wrightwood and Phelan, Penyon Hills on a Monday, and then we'll come down. We'll do like Apple Valley, Victorville on a Tuesday. Big Bear.
And
Different.
is it personal deliveries or a place that they meet you guys, or how does it do it?
No, we're gonna deliver to your house.
Address?
So yeah,
Okay.
address. So it'll be So we're gonna do it that way. Try to work it. Those are the details we have to work out. Is somebody gonna be home or not? Because I can't just leave it on the front porch and somebody get it or whatever. So those are the kind of things we're working out the details and stuff like that now.
It's cool to see the growth, dude. Where I like to watch it.
Yeah.
Are you making more money off like picking up animals, butchering it for them, kind of thing, or
Yeah.
not to ask personal?
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
money,
No,
but
the custom
what's working?
butchering side is definitely there's a lot more money in the custom butchering
It's like the
side.
bread and butter
Yeah.
of the company,
Yep.
and then the retail side. So I'm sorry, I think you were talking about, but how do you get the meat for your retail side versus
So
you're doing it
Yeah.
butchering there?
Yeah, so like the beef and stuff will come out of. There's a couple different plants, but it'll come out of Idaho. Because my dad's big thing with 5th Gen was he didn't just want to be about price, because he goes, if you the more any business, the more volume you buy, the better price. So what he's been doing is when he opened up, he wanted to offer the no hormones, no antibiotics, true organic, true grass fed.
So, a real different experience in the grocery store.
Yeah, so he had to go out and find certain vendors that are third party that'll get us that meat to us. So he has like 7 different ones he'll deal with to get certain kinds, and that's the problem. Is like one of the place we get our chicken is from Mary's Farm up north. Well, sometimes they'll be out, and they'll be out for 2 weeks, and so then we don't have true organic chicken breast. We'll be out for 2 weeks. So he's been trying to get to a point where he can order 20, 30 cases at a time, so we don't run out. So even though you come into 5th Gen and it's frozen, it was all done fresh probably within the last 2 days. We just had to freeze it because we don't have enough room.
So, I'm very interested in the business side of it. So
Mm-hmm.
you go buy a cow. What's the average price you guys are, if you don't mind saying?
So on the Barca Country Butchering side or what? Like what are you?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So, if you
So
were to go buy
like
a cow,
your typical customer, like say they were to go buy, go buy a beef from one of these ranchers. They'll pay anywhere from $4,000 to $5,000 for a whole beef, roughly. And then for us to go out, dispatch it, cut, wrap it. Depends if you have us making summer sausage and links and patties and green chili patties and all the other stuff. That all costs more. But on your standard, you want a beef to normally hang about 750 pounds hang weight.
Okay.
And normally something like that will run you about $1,100-$1,200 to cut and wrap.
What's the breakdown on that? So if I buy a 1,000-pound cow, or
Well,
what's
it'd be
average weight?
normally to dress about 700, 750. That live weight will be about around 1,250 pounds.
Okay, so
live
you're
weight.
losing about 25%.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
Okay, off that, and then that's the wet weight, right? Hang
Yeah.
weight, you're saying? Is
Yes.
the wet weight
Yep.
basically.
Mhm.
So then, what's the dry weight after?
So once we do it and we hang it, we'll hang it around. If as long as it's got enough fat on it, we'll hang it around 14 days, and then we'll cut and wrap it. So from that point, you'll lose another probably 22% off of that. And now some of that's bones and fat, but now it's in the last year, everybody's back to the tallow. Everybody's back to
Yeah.
beef fat, pork
So,
fat.
Have you seen all the restaurant, like food chains and restaurants are putting tallow back in their recipes?
Yeah. So
Really?
now we've
A
been
lot of
saving
them.
that for people. And then the bones, they're wanting to make marrow soup and stuff.
Yep.
So now we bag that up. So
Bone marrow
when I
soup.
say you lose 20%, a lot, it's not really 20 because we're just bagging up,
So
putting it.
there's
Gotcha.
there's byproduct you can use in there
Yeah.
as well. What about
Yeah.
the hide? What happens there?
The hide, we just take to the dump.
That's
Yeah.
it.
So
Do you
the
guys ever
hides-
get people that want them? Or
Yeah, all the time. And it's funny because you go back to that customer's house later on and they'll say, I was going to tan it and I tried everything. I watch YouTube videos and it's too much damn work.
It's a lot of work.
Yeah, it's a lot of work. So most of the time you go back to their house and they just threw it over the fence and it's dried out now.
Yeah.
So almost always.
So it's comfortable to say you start off with a 1,200-pound cow, you'll probably end around about 500 pounds of like usable.
Yeah, about 550, 560. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So normally, we call it hang weight. Normally on your hang weight, right now you'll pay around, it could be anywhere $6-7 a pound on your hang weight. And so by the end of it, you're still, if you can afford to go that route, you'll save money definitely from going to buying retail.
So and then you guys make the different cuts on like a standard. Break
Yeah.
this down, break down ribs.
Yeah. So
ribeyes, New York. you
yep,
guys do all that?
however thick you want it. Sometimes if you go in with the buddy, you'll get a half and half.
Mhm, that's
So when
what
you
I
do a
mean.
half and half, yeah, you cut it however you want.
Mike that came on, you guys go service his stuff.
Yeah,
like
Mike
when,
Harris,
when
yeah.
he'll put some stuff for sale.
Yep.
Half cow, half this, half
Mhm.
that. I'm really interested in the pig thing. I don't know for some. I got space here.
Yeah.
I've been thinking about it. Like my daughter's going into 6th grade next year, and I'm like, "You're joining FFA."
Yeah.
And I guess I didn't know this, but I just found out today. The FFA teacher out here is the best one in SoCal.
What's that?
Yeah. Troy Van Ball, he's still out here? Yeah.
He's the
Yeah.
the I guess he's the number 1 rated FFA teacher. In
Yeah, he's
What's that?
Future Farmers of America.
Oh, okay.
So it's all ag and like all that. What
Yeah.
what is all considered in that type of?
You just they teach you how to raise the animal, how to care for it, how to walk it, show it, hopefully get first, second, third place. That's where some of my son Denver's money came from. With
can
Apple Valley
you, can
High.
you explain to us or some people how that works for like the FFA program and how they go to the fair and how does it work exactly?
So depends what
From the
they-
beginning, like say they got a pig and you have to raise it. Do you pay for the food and all that at the school? Or
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
so-
you can pay. Normally you buy the food yourself. So you'll go to the feed store, you'll buy it, and then they'll have storage bins at the high school. You store your food at.
Okay.
So you can get different kinds. Some of these kids will go the show quality way and really expensive, and then some of them, they'll just get
Just
natural
whatever
hog
their,
grow,
whatever their
22%.
budget is, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and but there's a guy. Hey, he's slowing down a little bit, but out here in Lucerne, he's Craig Sievers. He's
Okay.
been around doing it for probably 25 years, and he raises a lot of good show quality.
Yeah.
And the kids will go out there, and normally they spend about $200, $250
For the whole period to raise
for
it.
just to get a wiener pig, an 8-week.
Okay.
wiener
So they
pig.
got to buy it.
Yeah,
Okay.
and then they'll take it to the school, or you can do it at your house.
Okay.
And then normally it's about a 5-month process to raise it up, and it's got to make weight. I believe, I can't remember, it might be 220 pounds live weight
Okay.
to get into the fair.
And then so what happens at the fair? They bring it there now, and then what
Yeah,
happens after
and the
that?
kids in between that time, the kids are supposed to be, talking to friends and family, business owners, like, hey, I'm going to be going to the fair. Come bid on my pig. So at that time, you get a good crowd of people there supporting you, and they'll bid on that animal. And then you're hoping that some of those people bid and drink too much, and they
And the
Rover
cool,
bit.
the,
Yeah.
the cool thing, Joe, is like the kid learns a little bit of business.
yeah.
Like to how- how-
Yeah.
Kids?
Yeah, the kid is
Okay,
responsible. So like
that's cool.
so like okay, we'll say my daughter. All right, next year this is the plan. Hey, we're getting an FFA. What animal are we getting? Because you have a couple
Yep.
choices, right?
Yep.
So hey, let's get a pig. So we could we'll probably do it at the school first.
What are
but
the choices?
I don't know.
Yeah, you can do a lamb, goat, pig, or calves. Or you can do a steer too, but calves. The steers are expensive to do for the
So
kids.
they get them, and then that's why I wasn't sure if like the school or the person pays for it, but you raise it and take care of it and bring it to life. And then I know that they like it has to be certain qualifications to show up to the fair. They take it to the fair and they show it off, and
Mhm.
you have people come bid on it. They buy that pig, and then obviously you guys come through to butcher it, or how does that work?
Yeah. They'll take it to a company called CCI. They'll pick it up in trucks, take it down there. They'll butcher it, and they bring us the carcasses to cut.
Oh, okay.
So we don't have the commercial capacity that we can do that for them.
So like at the fair, they hire one company to do all the
yeah,
animals there.
correct.
Okay.
Yep. And then they'll pick them up. They'll take them down. Then they bring us the carcasses.
And then
we'll take
what
care of it.
happens with the funds or the money that comes from that?
Is
pig?
the
How does-
carcass or the internal?
Yeah.
Or,
The-
without
yeah,
the
I mean, yeah,
just
yeah, that's your carcass.
But
yeah.
do you guys do that in house though at all?
Yeah, we do.
You'll still
we do.
kill
Yeah,
and
but we
do-
normally like we're just talking on the fair side. We
Gotcha.
we
You
don't
won't
do
touch
the fair
that.
side.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
But
But some of those people will bring their animals home, and then they'll call us and say, "I got my fair animals at home. Come do them."
oh, so
they'll do that too.
you have that
Yeah,
choice too.
Yeah,
So then what happens after the kid sells their pig? They get the money.
yeah. Normally the school, the fairgrounds, they'll take normally about a month, and they'll issue out checks once they collect the money from whoever bought it.
Okay.
So I remember one year, Danny Fowler used to own Valley Collision.
My dad used to work for him.
Yeah, so he one year kind of drank too much, wasn't paying attention,
He said,
and he bought a steer, and the live weight, I can't remember, he paid $11 a pound live weight, and it ended up costing him like $20,000 just for the steer. And then when we cut it up,
another
say $1,200, and it was like his hamburger cost like $15 a pound.
Oh.
By the time we broke it all down,
Yeah.
he's like, he was gonna give it to all the employees, and he's like, no, I'm gonna keep most of this
Yeah,
stuff
yeah.
down
Hell
here."
yeah.
expensive.
But you got to pay attention when you're bidding, because sometimes they do by the head or they'll do by the weight. Every year is kind of different how they do things. So
I got in an accident a couple years, and Terry took care of my truck.
okay,
But my dad used to
Yeah.
work for.
Yeah.
Yeah, over there. They're a good old family.
yeah, yep.
Just like-
Oh, sorry. Go.
Just like you guys, they've been up here and kind of same thing.
What's some like shicey stuff going on in meat industry stuff that you know about?
It's what they can do. Like you see the pink slime. What can you do to put filler in the meat to
Get more weight.
get more weight? So a lot of these places that you go to, and there again, I'm learning a lot of this stuff from these USDA inspectors, and it's all legal, but it's just the ways to. So you can take
Bending the rules.
some of these fast food restaurants, I won't name them, but they've called us to do their hamburger. Well, they'll say, hey, we're going to take 10 pounds of hamburger. Here's our recipe, and that 10 pounds turns into 22 pounds by the time you add
cutting it.
the oats and all the different things they put in it. And by the time you grind it, it looks just like ground beef. You can't tell, so it just looks a little fattier, and that's how a lot of them do it. And that's how they make the money they do, or they keep their costs down.
For profit.
Because of minimum wage and stuff going up. They're always trying to find ways within the meat to save money.
So is there anything you've been asked to do that like no, I'm not doing that, or you kind of or some stuff that you
There's
don't
been a
agree
few
with?
places you've gone to and you've butchered,
Mhm.
and they'll say to save money, they'll say, hey, take all the the fat and the hides and the feet and the head, the guts, just throw them back to the animals and let them eat it. It's like, no, I'm not doing that, but here, I'll leave the stuff here. You do what you want with it, but
Well, I'm
yeah,
not.
I'm not doing it. And then they say it's all organic. That's the thing that trips me out. Well, it's all organic. We fed them organic. You're butchering them. We're taking everything to all the guts and the feet and everything, throwing it back to the pigs or the calves or whatever. And it's
what
like,
animals re-eat that? Like what animals will eat that?
especially pigs.
Pigs
Pigs
will eat
mostly,
whatever, right?
chickens. Yeah,
Yeah.
a lot of birds, turkeys,
They just
that kind of stuff.
they'll eat
Yeah.
it all up.
and they'll say, well, so then they'll advertise. There's places that'll have websites and they have memberships, and you pay like $10 a pound, or I'm sorry, $10 a week,
Mhm.
and then at the end of your year, you'll get a mixture of lamb and pork and beef and all that. And they say it's organic, but it's not true organic, because they're just growing it, say, out in Lucerne, or they're growing it out in Pinion Hills or Phelan, and they're throwing their garden stuff back to them, so they call that organic. And then they get dispose of all the stuff right back to the animals, and it's organic. So when you buy online, you don't even really know what you're getting from some of these people.
God.
So
But
you,
if you look at their website, like we've seen some of them. The websites look amazing. It's like, wow, I'm gonna buy meat from there, and you're like, yeah,
Dude, have you guys seen those guys in the fucking truck?
Yeah.
That comes by with meat.
Yep.
I got me one year, dude. It was the worst shit I ever bought. And just the other day, remember Jorge? It was last Thursday. We're about to come here, and he pulled up. He's like, "Hey guys," and I was like, "I'm good." And he's like, "What? Did you have a bad experience before?" And I was like, "Fuck yeah, I did. I'm good." And he
What
was like,
happened? Tell us.
Huh?
it's not quality.
No, dude. Yeah, you.
Yeah.
They package
it's
it
like
all
paper
fancy.
thin.
Like,
Yeah, exactly, dude. It was trash.
they get you
So-
on like a stipulation of like it's a sale. You get all this and that, and then you open up your box. You're like, what the fuck?
Garbage,
Yeah.
huh?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just
Garbage.
like honestly, ever since we're picky about our meat. My chick's a good cook,
Mhm.
and she's like real picky about like our meats and where we go. Like certain places we'll buy this, but we won't get our meats.
Yeah.
And she actually was like, "Hey, can you tell them what's up with their business hours? They're not a bank." And
Yeah.
I'm like, "Hold on."
Yeah.
You know,
Oh, no.
because when most people are working, it's hard to get there by 5 sometimes.
Yeah.
So like every Friday, dude, I get a list. Go to 5th Gen. This is what I want. And like, okay, like, and I love going in there, dude. The chicks are super cool. The ladies that work there, everybody's super nice. But
Oh, Monday through Friday?
No, 7
Saturday.
days a week.
7 days.
you guys
a
are
week.
open Sunday too?
Yeah, Sunday we
Is that
close.
new?
No, it's always been Sundays.
Dad just opened it yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
He'll cuss you out, but
He's a call right now. We're closed Sundays.
Yeah,
God damn it, Dad! I already time on the podcast.
yeah, Sundays 9 to 4. I think
He might cuss you out, but you can go on Sunday.
Yeah, I'm gonna walk in. We're closed. Got it.
Yeah.
But no, dude, it's like you gotta go, Jake, because you're gonna really enjoy it. But dude, there's so much different variety. Like, oh, I want this, and you go in, you're like, well, hey, babe, they got this and this. Like, you want to try some different shit? Or if you go to that first bin, it's the sale one. Usually the sale stuff.
Yeah.
Bro, you can find some goodies in
Shit,
there.
I'm making my own damn menu. I ain't calling nobody. I'm like, here we go.
Yeah.
You said days you sell out of the New York. What days are? What? Give me the inside scoop.
No, I was just giving that for example.
Okay,
my
good.
dad, he never wants to run out of anything, so he actually pisses us a lot, me and my brother and sister off, because he orders so much, and it's just like, what are you doing? Like we when we did King of the Hammers,
Dude, that was a great
it's
idea.
great, but we lost our ass. We lost
really?
like $8,000.
I was figuring you guys were gonna kill it.
Yeah, so do we. And my dad orders like $30,000 worth of meat, and I'm like, Dad, we've never been there. Why not
So
just
let's
go
sell
out there?
Cool.
Let's sell out, and all right, cool. We sold out. And he goes big. Oh no, it's gonna go crazy. It's gonna do this. We go out there, and the first couple of days, and I said, but everybody's coming with their trailers full, so it's gonna be towards the end of it that you start selling. And he would do 1,000 a day or so, and it's okay. But when you got 2 employees out there sitting around all day, and you got the generators running and stuff like that, and then our spot was 4,000 just to sit there in the dirt. So, and then you had BLM permits, and then we had the health department. We had to get another permit through the health department. By the end, it was all said and done. We ended up losing like 8,000. But I told my dad, you had to try it, and that's just what we've learned is just go for it.
Are you guys gonna do it again? You think, or
my dad might do it one more time next
scale
year
it
to
down
see,
a little, just adjust?
and get it out there more right away.
That's the thing about
so-
the events, though. You're hoping for like future business. you
Yeah.
know, right?
So, are you guys familiar with how many people go to that event?
No.
That's huge.
Yeah, I want to say there's 100-something thousand there this year, right?
Yeah, like it's crazy the turnout. Like it's like a city in the desert that comes from nowhere.
Yeah, Kelly's sister goes. Yeah.
Dude, it's wild. Good time. But when I seen you guys signed up for that, I'm like, that sounds like a fucking awesome idea.
Yeah.
But like you said, everybody shows up in their motorhome, they're stacked up already. So
Yeah.
it's probably once they're drinking and getting going, they come over and
Yeah,
load
but
up.
we saw a lot of jerky, a lot of that kind of
On the
stuff.
go stuff?
Yeah.
Imagine that.
You guys have like live grill going or anything like that? You guys?
No,
want
we didn't do it
barbecue?
because I didn't want to get because
Too
a lot of
much.
that stuff falls on again me and my brother and sister to hey go do this. Hey, can you go sit out there for the day? No, Dad, I got the kids and stuff, and you take the kids and you're trying to watch them, and it's chaotic. So
Yeah.
no,
I
sorry.
I hate events, bro.
Yeah.
We're doing one next week, and I'm just everyone. It's chaotic.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what you do, even if you're prepared as fuck.
I feel
Yeah.
bad.
You know what I mean?
I feel bad for you though. Everything's like, where's our this? Ask Joe.
yeah,
Yeah.
Where's this? Ask Joe. And I
Yeah.
see everything like coming in piece by piece, and I'm like, hey Joe, how's this coming along? And he's like, I don't want to talk about it. I'm like, I could already tell he's putting
I
all the
feel
pieces.
pretty experienced, so I feel like I got everything mostly ready. But it doesn't matter. You feel ready, and
Yeah.
then as soon as you get there, you're like, dude, we need this. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
just like, oh, fuck.
Or the next event I'm gonna make this or bring this because so many
Yeah.
people ask for it, and yeah,
But I will say though, usually at the end of the event, it's a good time.
Yeah.
Like at the year, once it's over, you're like, you know what, it was fun. Like, you have a good time.
and for my dad, he loves talking to people, so he'll go out there and he talked to a lot of people that he butchered for somebody in their family 20 years ago, and oh yeah, I remember them, and he had a great time.
Yeah.
He just
Do you guys think you pick up any business from it? Like
yeah, for
as far
sure.
as, like,
Yeah,
you
we
know,
did.
calls and
Yep.
this and that.
Yeah.
So how far is your the butchery service? Like, where's the range? Where do you guys go?
Pretty much all Southern California.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So as long as we can go to an area and fill up the truck,
Yeah.
have when I say fill up the truck, either it'll be 12, 14 pigs, or it'll be say 4 or 5 beef and 8, 9 pigs, and we can fill the truck up.
Yeah.
We'll go. So my brother he'll go down to Marietta, Temecula, out to Leona Valley, Tehachapi, Palm Springs.
It's one
you
day
know.
put some work in all day and
Yep.
come home.
Yep. Wake up like 2, 3 in the morning and get on the road and go.
How many of those rigs do you guys have?
Two.
Two?
Right now, yeah.
Yeah.
so,
So it holds all that weight and everything in there.
yeah,
and
but they only last like these trucks have 70, 80,000 miles, and it's almost time to buy new ones because they just with the weight and
You work
everything,
the
and
shit out of them.
yeah, and they
Yeah.
swing and sway, and they're always breaking. Something's always breaking.
Do
Really?
you bring
Yeah.
the packages back to them?
No, we're gonna start. That's with that delivery truck. So we're gonna do that too
Gotcha.
for
So
the
that-
custom side.
So you guys go out, butcher it, bring it back to the location right here.
Yeah,
You guys put in the
Bar
freezers or
Bar
Bar's Country Butchering. Yeah, the building here. But
Oh, no,
the red
no.
one in the
the
back,
red one, yes.
and then that's where all the big meat goes in
Yep.
stores.
Yeah,
And
so if
then-
you ever go back there, like we've posted some videos, but at any given time there'll be 70, 80 beef. Let's say 20, 30, 40 pigs hanging at a
I
time.
would like to, like, maybe we could get together and come do like a vlog or something.
Yeah.
Come through and
Yeah,
chat with
anytime.
you and
Yep.
maybe meet the man, your
Yeah,
dad.
anytime. Yeah.
I was gonna say we need to get this dude on, dude.
Yeah, we need to sit down and chat with him.
What's your
Yeah,
guys'
he
nationality?
hates the town of Apple Valley showed up to do video on the grand opening day of 5th Gen.
Yeah.
And he literally, I said, hey Dad, this is the one time you were gonna go on and talk. Just
Suck
answer
it
the
up,
questions. Yeah,
Yeah,
just
dude,
answer
shit.
questions. He has 2 or 3 guys in the back. It's open. We're doing tacos that day and stuff like that. And I say, hey Dad, they're here. They're all set up. They're ready to go. And he's cutting some pork chops for this older man that's waiting for him. And I'm like, hey Dad, they're here. Can you not see I'm fucking cutting some pork chops for this guy? I don't give a fuck about I don't care. So you go do it. I said, no, Dad, you're gonna do it this time. Oh no, I'm not. I'm doing this and I'm gonna cut this and I gotta help that other
He's
customer.
a good old boy.
And I'm just
I'd
like,
be recording the whole
so I go
time.
change my shirt and the video is probably still online. I go and do the video and throw it together real quick, and it's just like, and I'm pissed at him because it's like I just asked you the one time to do it. He just doesn't. He just. But if you go, talk to him face to face, he'll talk to you for an hour, 2 hours.
Yeah.
Just stand there and talk to you. Yeah.
Well, that's why I've seen him come in and out of the back, and like he's pretty busy or whatever. But I haven't engaged with
Yeah.
him or whatever.
Yeah.
You guys have any exotic meats? Exotic meats over there? no?
He actually he's gotten alligator in a few times.
That's what I want.
Yeah, but again, it's the space.
Mm.
So we can get in a lot of stuff. It's just the space.
Mm.
So it's more of a special order. Tell me you want it, and we'll get it for you. and
Okay.
Here's what the cost is, stuff like that. So right now, all he's really carrying, like on the wild game side, would be like buffalo. He's got ostrich in there.
I'm gonna get you right now.
He has deer, venison, stuff like that.
You ever had Buffalo Joe?
Yeah. I don't remember though.
Have you ever had Rocky Mountain oysters?
Yeah.
Oof.
You have? I bet you have.
So hold on, I'm gonna get after Joe a little bit. This is all in fun. But are you still shopping over at
I was gonna ask this question too.
Overlands?
I haven't been there in months. I'll randomly stop in there on the way home.
Yeah.
It's just closer to my house too. But why you gotta bring the shit up like that right now?
I just was asking.
You guys good with Overland?
It's actually funny because right before we opened, we were stressing about employees. KC that works there was from Barstow, and I think he went to school with my brother or my brother-in-law, something like that. And he learned to cut meat a little bit at Purdy's, learned the basics, and then he came over there. And then Dan sold it, so then he kind of took over that part. So I went over there and I'm like, hey, I want to offer you a job. Come work for us. Tell me what you're making, and I'll pay you more than that. Just come. My dad needs somebody, and oh no, I'm manager here. I'm doing this. I'm like, oh, that's cool, And so we left it at that, and then we heard through other people kind of badmouth a little bit. My dad's like, it's all right, just let it be. So now as time's passed, it's more and more customers from Overland that's been there going for years and stuff like that. So it is what it is.
Before you, I mean, you didn't have a choice, but like once you go there, your eyes open up to like, oh, like it's nice to have choices.
And one thing my dad has always prided himself on was that at any given time, he always, even when we were in Barstow, at any given time, a customer can come in and say, hey, can I check out the back? Can I check out the walk-in? And most places you go to, down the hill and stuff, they won't do that. Oh, no, we just, because of health department reasons, we can't let you go past this line. And my dad will, anytime you want, you walk through that whole building.
Real transparency, huh?
Anytime you want. And he prides himself. That's why, he'll go through there in the morning and the guy's cleaned up and you'll have a lugger turned around and it'll have a little bit of water in it, and he'll freaking throw that lugger. He's like, you guys, I want them flipped over the right way because I want them dry.
What's a lugger? The tub?
Yeah, the tub with like your ground beef and stuff in it.
Yeah.
And it's little things like that. It's like, Dad, it's no big deal. It's all right. Like, come on, chill out. But he's a
ship tight,
perfectionist.
homie.
Yeah.
He's a perfectionist.
It's
Yeah.
tough working
So-
with your dad, man. I worked for my dad for a long time too. And,
Yeah. But you got to remember, I don't work for my dad.
Oh,
I'm a state farm agent, so
Oh,
I do what I want.
Yeah,
So
I got you.
Dad, I'll help you out, but when you start yelling, I just turn on.
Yeah,
water.
all right.
Now my brother and sister got to sit there and
Oh,
deal
they
with
gotta
it.
stay,
Oh
huh?
yeah,
Right.
yeah, they got to deal with it. And then they call me later and vent. And I'm like, that's exactly why
Yeah.
I do what I do.
I have options.
Yeah.
Good for you. So, 18 years ago, you started in the insurance industry?
Yeah, State Farm. Yeah.
Yeah. Were you helping out with the business before?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I grew
you've
up.
always been familiar with
Yeah, since I was 2-3 years old, I was out with my dad out.
So you know how to,
butchering,
you
so-
could butcher and do all
Yeah,
that
I
too?
can do it all.
Yeah?
Yeah. Yep, I've learned every part of the trade.
What
and
about your boys?
my oldest son Denver? He started about a year ago, so he's
Yeah.
learning it. What ideally I would love for him to do, my brother. There's a website my brother follows, and in different states, there's meat shops for sale. Some are retail, some are custom butchering, things like that.
Okay.
And what I would love for my son to do is take over the next because he wanted to be a vet, and realistically, he's realizing it's too much school and he doesn't want to do it. Too much money.
Vets make dough.
Yeah.
Fuck.
So what he's realized is that, hey, I may not want to do that. And I said, okay, well, stay with Grandpa. Learn the retail side, learn the butchering side, and then learn, the cutting side. So you know it all, and you can go in any state you want and open up a shop and buy a shop. Like my brother follows these shops, and a lot of them can't sell because there's not somebody that knows how to mobile butcher and cut. Most people know how to cut.
So it's a brick and mortar they're stuck at?
Yep.
Okay.
Or they know how to, or they just know how to mobile butcher.
Right.
And just mobile butchering, like my brother does, he'll make $250,000 a year working 3 days a week.
Wow.
But it's hard work.
Yeah.
You got to be able to have that work ethic and put that work in. And, if you want to do the cutting side, you can do that too. So I told my son, you can, or you just want to do retail, look at 5th Gen, whatever you want to do, you have options.
But know the whole business.
Know it all. So wherever you
He
go.
has a good opportunity
yeah.
in his hands right now.
Yep.
And then you have a younger, any other
Yes.
kids?
Yeah, I have 4 myself. So my 16-year-old, and then I have a 13-year-old daughter,
Okay.
10-year-old son, and another son that's 8.
Okay.
So my 2 middles don't want no part of it. My 10-year-old son, he's a little gamer, like he just wants to game, doesn't want to put any work in. And my youngest, he's doing. My brother and I have the pig farm over here. We're doing, and we went big. So right now we got about 100 little piglets, but they're going to start selling this weekend. And before we came over here a little bit ago, we're out in the freaking mud.
I tried to schedule you last week, but you had to castrate, do some
Yeah,
stuff
we're
going on.
castrating them and stuff like that, teaching my son. But my youngest, my 8-year-old, he's all about
He's
it.
on it.
So he, I said, Bud, you're going to get muddy and it's dirty right now. People are coming to buy 4 of them. So whatever 4 they pick out,
You get 'em.
you got to catch them. And he's
really?
in there. Oh yeah, he was in there and he had pig shit all over him. We got to the house. I said, jump in the shower, son. But he's like, but I give him the money. It's his deal. So today, 125 each. He split the money with his cousin. So he got $250 today.
Nice.
So I
That's
said, hey,
cool,
we
man.
got about, I think there's 88 of them for sale. I said, half that money's yours. So what we do is the first 4 piglets of a litter,
Yeah.
we keep that money to refeed them.
Okay.
And then anything above that, that's the kids, they split that. So it's how we do it.
And that's
So-
local right here?
Yeah, here in
Is it
Appavai.
something new
up
you guys are
Joshua.
doing?
Yeah. Yeah, just because you go to butchering in a lot of houses and people don't know. And so they'll go and buy from random Joe Blow and they'll be a half potbelly pig, half butcher pig, or a half coon, half butcher pig. And they raised it for a year. They've dumped all this extra money into it. And you go butchering and it hangs out 100 pounds and it's got 2 inches of fat. And they're like, oh, they told me it was a butcher pig. It's like, no. But it's hard to find more and more people to find good quality pigs. So my brother's like, hey, let's just do a full on pig farm. Let's go big.
So you guys are
Alright.
supplying, selling
Alright.
Yeah.
piglets, and then you guys are going to offer the holes?
Yeah,
too?
the host too. Yeah.
So this is
So-
a new project?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So just my brother and I doing it more. It's at his house, so more him.
You
but-
think pigs are the easiest to kind of?
Yeah, it's easy. Like right now, I got a welder putting together a feeder that'll hold 2,000 pounds at a time. So we'll take the tractor, open the lid, free feed them, fill it up, and in 5 months they're ready to butcher and they'll hang 220 pounds.
Dang.
You don't have to do nothing. They got automatic water and let it go.
So
We're learning a lot
You're
with
making the automation so it's easier for you
yeah
guys. right?
everything. Yeah, and then
It's
the
all
way
about
we
numbers.
yeah,
It's
and
really
the way we
much-
built the pins, transport them easy. It's not throwing a rope around, dragging them across the yard. We've set it up pretty nice.
I went s-
Do you guys do all the shots and stuff yourself? You have a vet
Yeah.
that comes out.
Yeah, no, we do those shots.
Yeah,
And pigs, there again, pigs don't get sick that often.
Yeah.
And if they do, we just kill them.
Yeah.
So we don't really mess.
Relax,
with
Joe.
putting on-
Relax, Joe. Calm
What?
down. Yeah, Joe's over there. Huh?
Yeah.
He's an animal lover.
I don't like
I'm a realist too, though. You know.
yeah.
I don't get those guys that are like, I love animals. I'm like, you gotta fucking eat, motherfucker. So what do you want to do here? But
Yeah.
and like this isn't a dig on anybody, but the vegan or vegetarian people like, I'm like, a lot of your health problems would go away if you fucking ate some animal fats.
Yeah.
Nothing personal. Like I tell
Eggs,
one
too.
of somebody we work with all the time. I'm like, have you ever fucking thought about eating? No. And I'm like, when's the last time you ate that? He's like, I've been vegan or whatever since I'm 14. I'm like, you're like 50 something years old now. You probably like a lot of your health shit would go away if you listen to these people like Jordan Peterson's a big guy that like he was totally against it, went on the carnivore diet, fixed all his
Mhm.
health problems.
Yeah.
Yep, that's right. And his
So-
daughter too, right? His daughter.
His
did
daughter's
same
the one
thing.
that got him.
Yeah, got him.
figured it
Got him
out,
on
right?
it.
But it's just I think it's cool to have you on to open some eyes of like options because dude, you go to the store and you buy some meat sometimes the fucking chicken breast is this big. It's
Yeah.
like you're like
Is that like?
But and I always
Mike,
and then you look at that like these USDA inspectors. I've
they're
asked them,
terrible when you eat it.
but to me, think about that. You have somebody that has an incubator. and they put those eggs in there for 21 days because there's no fast way to do that. 21 days, you hatch out a chick. You know, depending on the feed they feed, it'll take 6 weeks for a butcher ready. So then you got a plant that's butchering them, right?
Okay.
And then from that point, they're going to the you know, let's say it's Tyson or Foster Farms, and then you know the consumer's buying it, and you're paying $5 for a whole chicken or $6. How the hell do they do that and make money? Like
It's like a 70-day process, almost 60.
Yeah.
70
and
days.
and you're selling it for $5-6 for a whole chicken, and it's you know just everything
It's
the
gotta
way
be
they
trash, right?
yeah, and it's you know and they're still allowed to put salt water in them. So a lot of the chicken now they're swollen because they can put that salt water, that saline
It's
water in
nasty.
there.
I watched a little documentary thing, and it was about chicken farmers, and none of the chicken farmers eat chicken.
Yep, there's a lot of them that way.
They won't eat chicken.
Oh, they're grossed out by them.
They just say it's like dirty water weight. That's what they call it. Like a chicken is like dirty water weight.
Really?
Yeah, but after like I watched that thing and like all the chicken they own chicken, big chicken. They're like, I don't eat chicken. Fuck no. Like they're dead serious about it.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, what the fuck are we missing here?
Yeah. Why didn't you tell?
But when you raise them, like I did 100 one time. Just I wanted to test it out. So I did 100 chicks. They were like $3, $3.50 each at the time. I did this like 5 years ago. About 100 chicks. By the time I raised them, I lost 13 of them. I gave them their organic food, true organic food. It was $30 for a 50-pound bag. By the time I got to they're ready to butcher, they cost me $27 each. That was my cost. Then I butchered them, packaged them myself. So you think
So say I did that. How much would the butcher cost on top of that $27 be?
normally it's hard. No one even buys them because it's like local and stuff because it's too expensive. They're like, I'm paying 30. How are you gonna make any money doing that?
So,
Yeah.
but what's the difference in the quality of that meat? Like,
There's huge. It's to me, you can totally taste the difference.
oh yeah, 100%.
100%. But there again, to do that and then try to make money at it, people are like, you're crazy. I'm not paying $40 for.
So it's more of
chicken.
like a thing. If
You gotta do it yourself.
Consume it.
Yeah,
Consume
you
it.
gotta
How
do
much
it
does
yourself.
the chicken weigh at the end?
It'll weigh anywhere about 6 pounds most of the time. You do it that way because you still free feed them, but you just have to watch because they'll just keep eating and then they'll outgrow and they'll mess their legs up.
Do you
But,
prefer chicken breast or thigh meat?
Chicken breast.
I prefer thigh meat.
It's
thigh.
more tasty.
Yeah, better.
It's more tasty and
flavor.
better
It's
flavor.
all
Yeah.
the way around.
Dark meat's better.
Yeah,
Yeah. With
and I
chicken
like the
breast-
fat with the dark meat too. So
Yeah.
that's kind
I
of.
learned that as I used to be. Dude, we grew up on chicken. My dad would cook chicken every fucking day.
Mhm.
Nothing wrong with that.
No,
My
that's the
family
way I
did
grew
too.
up. But
Once a week steak.
I didn't used to like the dark shit. Same shit, Joe. Yeah, we get steak every once in a while.
on Sundays.
But dude, I didn't used to like the dark meat, and then as I now like I smoke stuff, and I'm like, give me that shit, the dark one. I
Yeah,
don't
it's
want-
the
I don't get
best.
that bullshit
It's
out
all-
of here.
even on turkeys, dude. It's the
Yeah.
best part of the
Mm.
meat, in my
Yeah.
opinion.
So is this true? When you go to the fucking fair
God.
and you go buy a fucking turkey leg,
Oh no.
I heard they're pig feet. Like it's a pig leg.
No, they're turkey.
The horror
Okay.
story.
They're-
Go
they're,
ahead.
Big ass ones you're talking about?
Yeah, like
Yeah.
I,
No,
I
they
heard a
got me.
conspiracy, and I'm like, no way, they look like it. Like this
Yeah.
is for real, but
Nah,
it's a
they're-
I don't
turkey.
give a
turkey.
shit what it is.
Okay,
It's still
cool.
good.
They're a lot of them are the broad-breasted turkeys, those big, massive white ones,
Yeah.
and they feed them till literally they can't walk, and that's why those drumsticks are so big.
So it's,
And they'll
it's
butcher
is
'em.
it bad meat or good meat or it's
No,
okay
no,
still?
it's just commercial.
It's the trade?
Yeah, it's the trade. It's your standard.
How much of a big turkey weigh like that?
You get them about 40 to be those legs to be that big. Those turkeys are probably 35 to 45 pounds.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's dressed.
Really?
Yeah.
So,
So they won't. Yeah, so a lot of them though. That's
where
where
do you
get
got to
ground
go to
turkey.
like a shoot like wild turkey? Where do you got to go to around?
There's a place up in Leona Valley.
Yeah.
There's a hunting place that they release them there and do it. But there's not very many.
No.
There used to be one down in Paris, but I don't think it's open anymore.
That's a pretty
so,
cool little thing
yeah,
to do.
yeah.
Do you hunt or anything?
No, I actually don't. I've done birds and stuff when I was a kid, but no, I never got into hunting.
I've been
I
thinking-
kind of laugh because sometimes these hunters will come in and it's more about getting together and all that. But I know Mike Ayers does a lot too. But you go and spend thousands of dollars, and either you don't get something or you come back with Bambi that weighs 40 pounds, and it's like we've had them, especially in Barstow. They would roll in with the razors and 6-7 trucks deep, and they literally pull out one deer. And here's what we got, man. It's like, dude, this thing's like it's dried out. Like, did you guys
Half
not
it's
keep
blown
on
away.
ice?
Yeah.
Half
It's
it's
got
shot in
pine needles
half.
in it. Like, you might get 5 pounds.
Damn.
shit.
I
But,
guess
yeah.
it's more for the thrill.
You thrill, yeah,
Yeah,
100%.
the thrill of the hunt.
Yeah.
My brother's a huge hunter, dude. Fucking every year.
What does he hunt?
Deers is
Men?
Yeah, he does deer fishing, the ducks.
He lives in that
whatever.
area, right?
Oh yeah, dude. They'll be driving down the road and he'll be like, he'll see a bird, like, give me my shotgun. Dude.
Really, like
yeah.
that?
Oh, boom! Yeah.
You're like, we're by a school.
Yeah, no, he wouldn't do that. But
What,
I mean,
South Dakota or North Dakota?
South Dakota. You drive right down the street for 2 minutes, you're in farmland. You know what I mean? You just left a community, and like, yeah, they'll go out there. And he knows all the farmers out there, so they're like, yeah, man, come shoot on my property, because that's a big deal. You know, you got to get permission to shoot on these people's property. But,
You ever do like a couple of the guys I know? He does like buffalo ground beef with rice.
yeah,
And he did from the first episode, one of the episodes you talked about boiling the meat.
Or
Remember?
get the fats out of it.
Yeah,
and
and then
separate it. And
he did it with
reconstitute
buffalo. He said it was
Yeah.
pretty good. Yeah.
That's what they say. Is that I watched the thing and I sent it to him. Like a lot of the store bought ground beef's nasty, so you boil it like in water and separate the fats from it, take all that out, and then reconstitute it with like olive oil or something.
Yeah, but that's so much work. You know what I mean? To
I'm
do
old
that.
school. I cook with the
So
fat.
I'd rather just buy the better quality stuff and not mess with it. You know?
okay. There you go. There's
You
an
know,
option.
well, it's
but-
supposed to lower because like beef is a little higher in fat, right? Like then.
Yeah,
I guess, like,
it
the
depends
winter-
what you get. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, my dad can get, where it's a 4% fat. I mean, he can get it pretty lean.
Yeah.
But it
I like
just
the
depends what
fattier
you want.
shit.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Just me
All the
personally.
flavor, baby.
My dad didn't like I guess he grew up eating ground beef, so he
Mhm.
never let it. Like we didn't eat a lot of ground beef. So now that I'm older, I'm like, give me the fucking. I love ground beef.
yeah.
Turkey, all of it.
Yeah,
I
I'll
like
take.
to eat
I'll,
it.
I'll try different ones. Like I'll take buffalo and ground beef, mix it, make
Yeah.
patties out of that, or I'll take lamb and pork and make meatballs out of it, or spaghetti.
Oh,
and the kids love that.
yes.
So I've been
Now we're
trying different
talking.
things,
Yeah.
just to see, the different seasonings my dad has
Are
and
you
stuff like
you
that.
cook a lot or
Yeah.
Yeah?
I cook quite a bit. Yeah.
nice?
So
Let's get into just a little bit of some gym talk. What's your program like? What's your split? How do you get down?
no, I just get whatever I can get down. I'll do chest and tries one day.
Yeah.
And then I'll come in and one thing it's probably been a month since I've done legs. I thought about it today and I'm like, nah, I didn't do legs. I need to do it. I was doing for a while. This is probably 5-6 years ago. I was doing legs with Evan Jenkins.
Oh,
Yeah.
the Hulk.
Evan,
Yeah,
dude.
doing it with
Oh.
him, and I swear it made a huge difference because once I
Yeah, but you
once-
can't walk for 2 days.
no 2 weeks you can't
Yeah.
walk. No, but once I got
Can't
past
even get on the
that, and-
toilet.
yeah, and once you get past that, you can totally tell the difference. You feel stronger.
For
Your
sure.
back. I mean,
For
just
sure.
Everything.
lifting stuff, everything. And it's like I remember that feeling, but I just can't.
That's
I
struggle.
just don't want to go through
Dude,
that pain.
one
As soon as
thing-
you walk in the gym, you're like, fuck this.
Yeah.
The one thing about working out with Evan is like I've never felt this with anybody. Like he's like, all right, like he knows how to work through the struggle.
Oh yeah,
Like he loves the fucking struggle pain. Like where most people are like 10, 12 reps, he's like, all
and
right,
he's
5.
constantly on the watch.
He's
and
like
yeah.
5 more.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't even fucking. I barely got to this. Like,
Yeah.
How am I?
It
gonna
was
get
always
more?
that. It was always like, all right, 2 more, and you
Yeah.
get those 2, and you know he's gonna say 2 more.
Yeah,
dude.
You're
Yeah.
like, damn.
You're like,
like,
you
fucking
said
do two
12.
more, yeah.
You said
But
12.
you'll watch him and he'll do 2.
Yeah.
He does it. And I'm
Yeah.
like, dude, this fucking guy is really good at this mental
Solid.
struggle part. Like,
Yeah.
he pushes through that pain thresh, and he's always just destroying his muscles. That's why he looks like he
Yeah.
does.
Oh yeah, and it's one of those things for me. I realize is when it comes to gym, I have no self motivation. If I'm not working out with somebody, it's like I'm gonna put in about 45 minutes, and I'm gonna find some excuse to leave.
Yeah.
Whatever it is.
Oh, work's calling?
Yeah. Gotta go.
Oh, Dad changed the schedule. Can I
Yeah.
go?
You
Yeah.
UTRT?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Since
Yeah.
2019.
Okay.
Yeah,
How old did you say you
2019.
were again?
What do you?
43.
43.
Yeah.
So can you drop a little knowledge? Because I have a lot of people that come up to me in the gym now and ask about like, hey, you guys are so free about talking about it. Like, can you maybe give a little reference to the difference of being off and being on, or what you noticed?
In the beginning, honestly, I think it was a mental thing. Like I didn't feel like it did anything for me, and then every 6 months go do my blood work. So before that 6 months, I think I got to be off for 13 days before I do my blood work. And so when you go do your blood work, you're off that 13 days. So that first time is when I felt like, oh shit, like you're dragging, you're not.
You didn't notice going on, but you noticed
No,
coming off.
coming off.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
It was just like, yeah, everyone, it's, and then, back even in 2018, it was still like, no, I'm not doing it. People didn't
Quiet,
open
yeah.
up. Yeah, it's quiet about it. And, it's just like, dude, there's no way you're that big and you're not doing,
Yeah.
But what I realized is you still have to eat right. You still have to work out.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
not just coming
not
out.
Oh, for sure.
No,
You put in the
it's-
work.
That's
No.
what
Work.
that's cool. You said that. That's the biggest misconception is people like, oh, you get on some shit. And that's what you look like. I'm like, no. There's a lot of work in between to make
Yeah.
sure you
Vacation,
maintain.
man,
Like it's
for sure.
it's a big maintaining thing. But like,
Well, like testosterone, it puts you at your natural, what you should be at.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's not like,
well, the people
You know what I
don't
mean? You still
don't
have-
realize all the food and everything's brought our testosterone down so low now these days that what we should be at is higher. But like, even a couple guys
I agree
back
with
at
that.
any time, we would talk to them and like they're the first ones to be open. Like, oh yeah, I'm on test, and
Yeah.
you're like, okay, this is making sense now. Like
Yeah.
you can see the physique, you can see the difference. You know?
Yeah.
Like I see, there's a few guys I see every day. And I'm not getting on that stuff, and I'm like, you're never gonna define your muscles. Like you
Yeah.
look okay, you could lift or whatever.
Yeah.
But I told one guy the other day, he's like, what do you think the difference is? I'm like, and he's like a big baseball guy.
Yeah.
I'm like, would you play baseball with or without cleats? And he's like, with cleats. I'm like, get on test. Same
Right.
thing.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
it's the
yeah.
same thing at lifting. Like
Yep.
you're playing the game but not using all the tools.
Yeah, last time I was off for 3 weeks and I got tested, my level dropped. I was 177
Oof.
was my numbers.
What?
Yep.
Oof.
From I was off 3 weeks, went in and got tested, it was 177, got back on, got retested, 750.
Huge. So the feeling
Huge.
difference.
Yeah.
So you know, it's like getting up in energy or just the drive, or what would you say?
You know, honestly, for me, it's the I think just working and stress and stuff. I used to get sick a lot,
Yeah.
and I literally probably maybe only get sick twice a year now.
Yeah, I don't get.
So
sick
I
either.
think it
I don't get
just
sick
I
either
think because
at
it
all.
keeps me consistent. I don't get sick like I used
This
to.
guy gets a lot of sick.
Do you get sick? Hey,
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
do
get
you
sick
or
a
no?
lot.
No, I don't think so. I get like once or twice a year. I'll get it.
no, at all. Before you know what's crazy? Before I used to jump on. Well, before I got on test, I used to get tonsillitis all the time, all the fucking time. But ever since I started plugging tests, never. I don't get sick no more.
I used to get that when I was a kid, and then when I got older, it just kind of went away. What I'm curious. Why do you have to stop for 3 weeks before your test?
Because the doctor won't reissue more tests.
Oh, you're on
unless-
That's your
you're on
problem.
TRT.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
You're on a program.
yeah,
So they're giving you SIP or E?
E.
E, and
Yeah,
then,
I've tried both. I've had them give me both. They'll do both.
and what's your milligram dosage?
1 cc, so 250 a week.
And you're only at 750.
Mm-hmm.
Just one.
That
just
but
one.
that was just that one time I
250
tested.
milligrams. Oh,
Yeah, it's a smaller dose.
250.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's about right, Joe.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I was doing 200, 250, and I'd be like 1,200.
Hmm.
So I don't think that's accurate, dude. Like I think a one like a week is about 700-800 for most people.
250 milligrams because TRT is anywhere from like 100 to 200 milligrams, right? Or like whatever. And then the more you do tests, you know, you can
Yeah.
bump it up because your body gets used to it.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, no, dude, like, well, I don't know. I've had all my friends kind of be around the same level, around the
But if you talk,
1,000 plus.
if you
know?
talk to most people, they're doing the 250 or 300, or they're doing like 400 a week, but they're up to 12 or 1,300. That's what I've noticed when I talk to people. But most people aren't. When they're doing one, they're around him, same numbers.
Yeah, I got
Whatever
now
works
you're
for
talking
them.
about that. I got a buddy does 1.5 a week, and yeah, he want to see he's like 12,
Yeah,
13.
yeah.
That's me.
you
I'm,
have
I'm
to.
1 point. Yeah.
Well, you're a
I'm 1.5.
fucking gorilla, so you got to
Yeah.
feed that motherfucker.
Yeah, I bet your
We're
cute ass
we're
I do.
we're chimps over here. We need a little less.
For me, I'm like eating fucking.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm about to go in there and fuck his shit up, guarantee. I'm like, where's your sausage at, lad? Yeah.
No, the chicks are cool in there that work too. I've kind of like learned to like the older lady, the blonde lady with colored hair.
Oh yeah, Carol. Everybody
cool
loves
as
Carol.
fuck.
She's
She
about. My dad can't wait. She's about to retire UPS.
He said my
No,
dad.
UPS. So he
okay.
can't wait
He
to have her
retired
work
from
more.
there.
Yeah.
He's like,
Yeah,
hooray.
Because
no.
she was gone a little while. I'm like, where you been? She's like, I went over. She go to Canada. She went
Yeah.
Alaska. She went
Yeah.
somewhere for a while.
Yeah.
And she's just cool peoples.
Yeah.
They're all
Yeah,
cool.
she is very much so.
What's your favorite cut of steak, Adam?
Filet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mignon?
Yeah.
What about you?
I mean, I grew up on New York.
Same.
So I'm probably still a New York guy. But if
12
my
ounce?
second choice would
12
be a
ounce or 8 ounce?
Bone in or no bone in?
No bone in.
Yeah, I do no bone in.
No bone in?
I go-
No bone in.
No bone in.
No bone in.
No bone in.
Yeah. Relax, Adam. We get it. He leaks his own sausage.
Yeah, he's on extra test. people.
Yeah. Yeah. Gargantuan. What about you?
Ribeyes for me.
Ribeyes?
Yeah, I like
I
the
was gonna
fat.
say that's my
Yeah,
Ribeye.
I like the
we've
fat.
been trying ribeyes lately, and dude, they're good. Good
Yeah,
flavor.
you know, and I'm honest with people. Like for me, my dad doesn't sell Select there, but he has Choice and Prime, and then he'll have Wagyu,
Ooh, prime rib.
and people like the Prime quality. But you're paying $1, $2 more per pound or more. The choice to me is just the same. Like I can't taste the difference. That's why I always tell my
really?
dad, you grab a Prime ribeye and a Choice, just the way my dad ages them and stuff. To me, you can't taste the
So
difference.
do you season and prep all your meat?
Yeah,
when you
yeah,
cook?
yeah.
Okay.
So
that's a
like
big
we're-
thing with like meat.
Yeah.
I think is how you.
Like even like Wagyu, it's not a big deal to me. Like if I've had it and I'm like, it's okay.
Yeah,
I
but for
prefer
the
New York
cost,
strip,
it's just
man.
like, yeah.
Yeah,
the cost
New
is
York strip,
insane. It's not
baby.
really worth it. Even like I love filet, but sometimes I'm like, no, I'm not doing that.
What's
but
with the really old dry age stuff? Like I don't know. It's funky. You ever had like an old
Mhm.
dry age?
it's
stuff?
like I think it's an acquired taste.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah.
Like it's
It
not.
is.
Some people I love it, and I've tried it, and I'm like, I don't
Yeah.
know about this
Yeah,
one.
and for the
Like,
cost and stuff like that,
I
it
prefer
just,
regular aged.
so what do you got? Do you supply local restaurants or anything around here?
Yeah, we have a few.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're doing. What my dad started doing a lot of is a lot of the catering trucks and stuff. what my dad will do, so my dad could get his volume up, so he can buy more and
Helps.
get his prices down, and which he has done. He has a lot of catering trucks come in, and he'll sell them a whole case, and then he just adds $20 to it. So he'll show you a copy of his
He's just
invoice.
pushing volume.
Yep, just
That
volume,
helps
so
out,
he can
yeah.
get his
Yeah,
volume
yeah,
up
yeah.
to bring the price
He's a
down
smart
for
guy.
yeah. So he's doing a lot of that. A lot of the hot dog carts and the taco carts and stuff like that. They're coming in now, buying cases at a time.
Nice.
So he's been
Do
doing
you
that.
think? I don't know. Growing up, I would say not even growing up. You think people always get like a negative perception of pig? Like, oh, I don't fuck with pork or swine or
Pork's
Yeah.
my favorite.
why? Why is that? Why do you think that is? That people
just the
always,
stuff they see online, like now YouTube's got that video with how they're raising the pork in China. Have you seen
It's
that? Where it's like
terrible,
a
that-
million square foot
Dude,
building,
it's a skyrise.
and
It's-
their
it's
death
full-
rate is very limited and 'cause
fully automated?
Yeah, it's fully automated.
Is it
You
is it
know.
production meat or is it quality meat?
No, it's production.
Yeah.
It's production meat, but with pork, it's hard to really tell the difference
Okay.
from that production
Because
to quality
is it
unless you eat it. Until you eat it, then you can tell. But the look of it, if you take chops and look at them, can't really tell.
You could taste the difference?
Oh yeah.
What
oh,
would
yeah.
you say like is a defining
I would
for
say-
us to know a little bit, educate us.
It's tougher and it's dry. So when
Yeah.
you cook it, it for whatever reason cooks quick
Yeah.
and it
It
dries out
dries.
real quick. Yeah.
That's one thing I noticed about pork is you got to have a little bit of a skill. Maybe it's the meat, but you got to have a skill to cook pork.
yeah.
To make
Oh,
it
for
good.
sure, 100%.
Like
Yeah.
a good, so you find somebody that cooks a good pork chop, you're like, how do you do it?
Come call me.
Yeah,
Call
yeah.
your boy. Call your boy.
My
I'm cooking
mom-
tomorrow. 60 pounds of meat.
My
tomorrow.
mom was a good pork. She is like she'd get down on some pork chops.
Yeah. I always
Yeah.
do my pork chops like an inch thick and I'll
Yes,
do them in the
sir.
oven or I'll smoke them because if I barbecue them, the damn things are dry every
Yeah,
time.
that's
And I
the
tell
whole
the kids, here's barbecue sauce, guys. Like,
I heard
down.
that like the slower the better, right? Because it
Yep.
doesn't like
Yes.
tense up as fast,
Yes.
right? It has time to like kind
Yes.
of marinate. Whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, I got a smoker a few years ago, and it kind of changed the way I like meats and different stuff.
Mhm.
And dude, the only thing I don't like about it, dude, is I fucking stink by the time I'm done. I smell like
Oh
a
yeah,
fucking
you reek.
smoker,
You reek.
know what I mean?
You,
But
yeah.
I've cooked some stuff. I have a like a like a hot and fast barrel. Have you seen those?
Yeah.
The gateway drum.
yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
And like I've tried both on it. Like hot, like cooking at higher temp quick, and then lowered, and either one is pretty good. It just depends on what you're cooking. I guess
Yeah.
what type of your meat you're smoking.
Yeah, and on the higher temp, the way I like it is I'll do it the higher temp for a short period,
And
and
then
then I'll
bring-
wrap them in foil and I'll go throw them in the oven. So
Okay.
then it falls apart,
Yeah.
but it's got that taste.
Yeah.
Yes,
I do that sometimes.
that's a good trick.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Like my mom's a chef, and my mom, grill everything. She taught me since I was a kid. So like for her her chicken, like say she does like her barbecue chicken. She says mine's the best, but she'll do like she'll put it in the oven before she throws it on the grill, and then she'll throw it on the grill to finish it off.
Sear
But
it
she
up.
always does that. But like even with pork, man, she like I was raised. You never ask for sauce because it's disrespectful to the chef. Always, you like with a good cut of steak, you never need steak sauce. You never need steak sauce. So
Mhm.
we were out at my sister's reception, and my mom got a little before. So she's sitting there. She's like, "Jacob asked for steak sauce," and I go, "Oh shit, what's going on, Valenzuela?" She's like, "Just ask for steak sauce," because
She didn't want to get into
yeah,
it.
she because it was. She said the steak wasn't cooked good. But anyways, but cooking the pork, man, I can grill that son of a bitch up. And you can believe it or not, if you do a pork steak, there's a certain temperature you could get it just right where the meat's a tad pink, a tad, and it's still good. It's still good to eat. You know what I mean? But
That's
just
what
let
I've
that
learned.
bitch
You
sit.
got to follow your temperatures in your meat when you're.
You gotta
cooking.
monitor
You
it, baby.
have
When
to.
you're on the grill, don't walk away.
Use your
Don't
fucking
bullshit.
tools
Leave me
because
alone.
Me and my chick likes she cooks good steak, and recently I'm like, I'm cooking tonight. I'm cooking these fucking steaks. Well, I did my marinade, did a thing, and I fucking right on point.
What's your marinade? Is it a secret?
No, I usually I like Big Papa Smokers. It's
Okay.
called Sweet Money. I don't know if you heard of them, but I like them. Or I grew up, dude. My dad used to cook like this. This is just what I grew up on, but he used to cook a mean ass London broil. Like this fucker would get up in the morning, season it all up.
You've got to know what you're doing to do
Dude,
London
Yeah,
broil.
dude,
or else you're
thick,
you're
and
gonna
I
make
never
a big piece of wood if you
yeah,
don't.
and I never used to know nothing, dude. This fucker would get up in the morning, season his shit up, Worcestershire, all his shit, leave it in
W
the,
sauce,
leave it in the
baby.
fridge all day, and then I remember he would call me, like I'll get home from school, he's like, "Hey, pull that piece of meat out, put it on the counter, like pan." That fucker would cook a big ass fucking piece, dude. I'm telling you, that motherfucker would melt in your mouth. And I'm like, I never knew no better till my friends came over.
Yeah.
One time he's like, "What is this?" Like, I'm like, I don't know. I got the pack. I'm like, London broil. He's like, "No fucking way. This is London broil." But ever since I got older, like I just learned. I remember watching my dad's seasoning process, and I do the same.
Yeah.
So I cooked some steaks recently, and my daughter goes, "Dad, you cook steak better than Mom." And I looked over at my chick. I'm like, ha!
You saute onions and mushrooms? Oh, that's the best, bro.
So dude, I was a real big picky eater when I was little, and now I eat every fucking thing. So I'm a big like sauteed mushrooms. Onions I can come or go,
Yeah,
but
I'm the
mushrooms
same.
are like kind of like a must.
No, I do a little
love
minced
the
garlic, little minced. Well, I don't mince the onion, but minced garlic. Get the freaking mushrooms, toss them, throw on a little W sauce, just toss them, toss them, toss them. When I got the ribeyes or the New York strips right there, move those to the side, all that nice. Push it to the onions, the mushrooms. So all the stuff that was from the steaks.
Yeah.
Dude,
Yeah.
you know how you talk about like watching your barbecue?
Yeah.
I've had times, dude, where like I walk inside and then all of a sudden I see a big light and I'm like, what is that light, dude? My whole fucking barbecue
You can't
on
walk.
fire.
Yeah, dude,
When you're
flame
grilling,
ups.
when you're grilling, you gotta have your setup.
You
like
gotta
your
be
drinks.
maintained.
Yeah,
You gotta have
yeah.
that water bottle with the thumbtack hole cut on top.
I learned my lesson, dude.
No, dude, the flame ups are. That's why the griddle, the Blackstones.
It stops that. But
It's. I stand by those, baby.
do you do any Blackstone flat grill griddle
Yeah,
stuff?
yeah. I'll
You
do like tacos and all that
Yeah.
stuff for the kids.
My
Yeah, it's
favorite is
quick and easy.
breakfast, dude. I could get down on
Yeah.
a whole breakfast, like 30, 45 minutes.
It's
Potatoes, bacon, eggs, everything's fucking sausage. I'm like, hell yeah, let's go.
I made some. I made some beef and shrimp fried rice last week on it.
Oh, yeah. Gabby's been asking about.
Hey,
that one.
bro, easy money. Just have
Yeah.
the rice cooked the day before or night before. Put that in the fridge or leave it on the stove. It's up to you. And then do your ground beef, do your shrimp, and then have your green onion, your egg put aside, and then just dump that son of a bitch
It's all
in.
together.
All of it. Just throw your soy
My
sauce,
favorite
whatever you
thing
want.
is like, you know, you go to the restaurant, you hear that ching 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 ching. So
Yeah.
when you start doing
That's
that,
right,
on your own,
baby.
you're
That's
like,
I'm behind there.
oh yeah, baby, I got this fucking
Like Chris
down.
Farley in Beverly Hills Ninja. He's
Yeah.
like throwing the
Yeah.
shrimps. Hell yeah.
Have you
dude.
guys seen that fucking post where they're at the hibachi grill and the Mexican dude brings his own tortillas?
Oh, yeah, I saw that. And the dude's
Yeah.
just shaking his
Yeah,
head.
the cook's like, tortillas. Like he's a Mexican
Yeah.
hibachi guy. He's like, tortillas. No mames way. And the guy goes like this, and he brings out a package, and the guy's like, and he moves all his shit over. He's like, and he starts throwing his tortillas on the grill. I mean, you gotta have a good time and fucking when you're going out like that. But
You political at all, DJ?
Little bit. I mean, just for Trump and things like that, and just
Trying
But
to
I've
get
never.
Oh, so
really
you're for
dug
America. That's
deep-
great.
Yeah. I just never dug deep into it. Like,
there's
Yeah,
only
but I was
there's
just
only so
kinda-
much you could control. So I mean,
Yeah.
you could have an opinion and like things, but at the end
The
of the
world's
day,
pretty wild right now. When
Yeah.
I-
would
when
you
we
agree?
oh yeah, for sure.
Dude,
Yeah.
we were at when we were at shout out my sister and Robert, Adrian. Congratulations, guys, on
Yeah,
your wedding.
congratulations.
Yeah, just married my sister and my brother-in-law. We went to the steakhouse after, and the girl's like, "What would you like, honey?" I said, "Double Jack, please." Double Jack. She goes. Then she brings it up. They're taking them off the shelves.
What?
Jack Daniels.
No way.
Yeah, because of the tariffs.
Wow.
And I'm like, no. I go, now this is fucking with me.
Where does Jack come? I thought it's Tennessee.
That's what I thought. I guess the majority of them come from Canada, I'm assuming, and they're saying that they're taking them off the shelves.
You know, honestly, I used to kind of
It's
worry about all
everywhere.
that shit, but like, it's just part of business. You gotta,
Yeah.
you gotta,
No,
you gotta
no,
evolve.
yeah.
Like, there's gonna be things that are gonna be affected, but at the end of the day, if you're good at business, you'll evolve and pivot.
And if a lot of the things I think a lot of things he's doing with the no overtime on taxes, like all that kind of makes up for these tariffs they hit and our prices go up. I mean, I think
it's
the no on the what is he talking about? No income tax.
Yeah.
yeah, but
like
this is
stuff
this,
like that.
this is what people forget. Like my opinion, and I'm gonna whatever. I don't give a fuck what you think. If you put money in the people's hand, they're gonna spend it.
Yep.
So that goes into the economy.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people don't like. Not saying that people don't know how to save or whatever, but most of the time, if you give a little money back to you and you, they're gonna use. Hey, babe, we can go do dinner. We could do this. I could buy my kid shit. Like it stimulates the economy in a way people don't think about. You know what I mean? Because
100%.
Best way.
or like I have a buddy that I follow, and he had a great point. He's like, "Oh, you guys want to fucking black out Amazon? Black out this? Like, what about the people that work and all the economies and everything that it attends to and the services? Like, you're fucking the people too, not just yourself,
Yeah.
because you want to black out
Mhm.
a business and not support them. Well, there's a whole plethora of things that don't get supported with it. You know what I mean? And
Facts.
a lot of people just think to or Walmart. They want to black out Walmart. Well, there's a whole a list of people it affects, and it could be your neighbor.
Yeah.
And you're over here pissed off at political views or something you see, so you want to roll with everybody else. And I'm not doing that. Well, cool, but you're the part of the problem, in my opinion. And it's just a wild time with them. Like, I have a buddy that I work with, and he has a young girlfriend. He's 40, and I think she's like 22.
Oh, good luck.
Well, so they're like arguing on the phone the other day, and I'm like I'm listening, like I'm getting bits and pieces of the conversation, and she's upset that the Trump administration is banning the word gay, and it's an attack on this and that and trans and all this shit, and like I'm like listening to him explain to like the situation and all this shit, and I'm like, this fucking young generation is fucked. Like in my
Yeah,
head, like
dude.
the way they think about
Yeah.
my feelings and my point of view is the most important thing. Well, what's reality, motherfucker?
Yeah.
Not fucking your point of view or what you think is right or wrong. You know what I mean? We got to think of what's going on in the world because I don't want shit shoved down my kid. Like when you have kids, it changes your perspective.
Well, yeah,
on
because now
things.
it's dealing with you personally.
Don't shove that shit down my kid's face because
Yep.
now I'm gonna take that shit personal. And you let me choose what I'm gonna pick
That's
and choose
right.
for my children. At least expose them to.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's where I get upset with these people. Like everybody has rights, or I seen this one the other day. Trans people doesn't bother nobody. I'm like, that's what fucking bothers people when you put that shit.
Well, when you're
Like-
putting it in schools and you're telling kids,
Like
they
don't
have to
put
tell their parents, it's
trans
a problem.
bullshit out there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like be quiet and live your life and do your thing, but don't put trans people. Don't like that's the problem. You guys don't understand is like we're not saying normal people or normal couples or you know whatever a male and female doesn't bother nobody. We're not saying nothing about that. It's just a standard, right?
Yeah.
So if you want to live in your life, do your thing.
Yep.
Nobody's gonna care, but that's where we all have like personally. That's where I have the issue. Don't put it in my face.
Yeah.
When you make your problem our problem, that's the fucking issue.
Because I think you brought it up to me before about like how that side of the world, like the gays, like we didn't have problems before the trans and all this other bullshit. You guys brought all this fucking
Yeah, they
spotlight
attached
on
it
us.
to them. They
Like,
piggybacked on them.
We've been gay for a long time and we're cool, like you know
Yeah.
what I mean. But
Yeah.
like now that you want to put BTQLZ,
Yeah.
like then it's an issue. You know what I
Right.
mean? So like it's just it's an interesting time we're in. I don't know if you guys watched Trump's speech.
That State of the Union?
Yeah,
Oh, it was great.
the one that really caught my attention was when that chick that she was an athlete and she got smashed down by the volleyball.
Yeah.
And she can't play sports no more or nothing. I'm like, this is not right. Like, put guys with guys, girls with girls.
Yeah.
This is the side effect of fucking mixing and matching.
Speaking of that, real quick, did you see Newsom?
I was just gonna say it. He
Newsom.
disagreed. He disagreed with it.
He did a
He's trying to be
podcast with
president.
Charlie Kirk, and oh, dude, I fucking hate Newsom, dude.
Who the
He
fuck?
disagreed with it?
Yeah, he was
Oh, I
like,
didn't see it.
we definitely should not.
Yeah, he's
have,
going for presidential
No, he
run.
agreed that women should not be in men's sports. He agreed on like a lot of issues. That I'm like, dude, and then Charlie wasn't allowed to have it. He's like, no, motherfucker. He's like, let me show you exactly when you were cool with it. You know, like he. put
How
him
about
on
when
that.
he told? How about when he told him? He goes, "My son's a big fan of yours," and he goes, "Oh, really? Where's he
Can you
at?"
show us the clip?
Oh,
right?
he goes, "My son's a big fan of yours." Telling Charlie Kirk, and he goes, "Well, where's your son at?" "Oh, he's at school." He's like, "Well, how come you don't allow him to come?" "Well, he can't be at school." He's like, "Why? You shut schools down for 2 years?"
Oh,
Like,
yeah,
ooh, I was like, ooh.
What is like Newsom's response? Like, what is he?
He just
I don't
like
even-
laughs. He
Yeah,
la- He's
yeah.
a
He has
politician.
that, he has that evil fucking laugh.
Yeah, he's like, ha, ha, that was so blown out of proportion. You guys made a big deal out of that, and it wasn't really what it was. And
Well, I'm
he
like,
said
bro,
all
LA
that
burned to
stupid
the
shit.
ground. The states has high taxes,
You
homelessness,
right now should
and you're
come
doing a
out
fucking
and be
Well,
like,
instead they
you know
said
what?
Elon
The
to
young
check
man
out the
who's
whole
about to
40,
win the state
40 billion that he
championship in
got
the
for the
long
trail.
jump
The
in female
trail,
sports.
the rail,
right?
yeah.
And they went there to go do
shouldn't happen.
inventory.
You as the
Like,
governor
nothing there,
should
right?
step
there's
out and
nothing
say
here.
no.
Like,
No, and I
where's all the
appreciate
money?
and
But like, would you do something like that? Would you say no men in female sports?
well, I think it's an issue of fairness. I completely agree with you on that. It is an issue of fairness.
So
it's deeply unfair.
would you speak out against this young
I
man,
mean, I'd
AB Hernandez, who right now is going to win the state championship in the long jump? I can see you wrestling with it.
No, I'm not wrestling. I'm not wrestling with the fairness issue. I totally agree with you. So that's easy to call out the unfairness of that. There's also a humility and a grace, that these poor people are more likely to commit suicide, have anxiety and depression, and the way that people talk down.
I
to
did it,
vulnerable
but I'm not
communities
sure.
Is an issue that I have a hard time with as well. So both things I can hold in my hand. How can we address this issue with the kind of decency that I think is inherent in you? But not always expressed on the issue. The worst part, though, Charlie, no BS, true story. Literally last night, trying to put my son to bed, he's like, "No, Dad, what time? What time's Charlie gonna be here? What time?" And I'm like, "Dude, you're in school tomorrow." He's 13. He's like, No. This morning, wakes up at 6 something. He's like, "I'm coming." I'm like, he literally would not leave the house.
Did you let him take off school?
No, he did. Of course not. He's not here for a good reason. But the point is,
Come on,
the
you canceled
point.
school for like 2 years. Once one day, it took one day.
Which is you are making
Rolls right
He's
over.
probably like, "You motherfucker,
Yeah.
you motherfucker."
So is this Charlie's show or Gavin's?
It's Gavin's.
Because he started a new podcast because he wants to debate all these things that people are calling
Yeah,
out
he says he's
on.
gonna have a lot of MAGA guys on there. He's a piece of shit, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, seriously.
You think old boy's gonna win
But
mayor, the sheriff or governor? Excuse me.
I think he ran before. Didn't he?
Bianco?
Yeah, you think he's gonna? He ran before.
Are you following that guy?
I don't know. I don't.
They-
did he
they-
run
I don't
before?
think he ran before. Did he run before?
don't
I don't
think
think he
so.
did.
No, they got him
Did
on
he run for
some.
something?
He supported something a while back, and it kind of changed BLM, or he.
Oh.
There's something in his past where he
Oh.
endorsed something, and it came up, and everybody's kind of like, "What the fuck?"
Hashtag the internet.
But I mean, you never know. You got to kind of do your own reading.
Diligence, yeah.
Yeah.
What do you guys?
Trump's pro farmer, right? He's like
Yeah.
trying to help the farmers out right
Yeah.
now, which return I would imagine would help.
Well, yeah, even with what was it? 80% of the alfalfa is shipped overseas now.
Yeah,
That's why the prices were up to like $32 a bale. Now they were down to 16, 17. But he's talked about that, controlling that to where it's maybe 50%, to where it should get big down $10-12 a bale. That changes the price of meat and everything else.
Everything
Yeah,
comes
brings it
out.
all
They-
down, right?
It's crazy. Like they don't teach us economics in school, so no people really know about how things work when you ship out or deplete our supply. So now our people pay more, and it's just, I don't know. It's a wild time.
Do you guys see that one guy? I think he's Ian Cow. He was on Rogan recently. He's a really popular TikToker. Goes into conspiracies and this and that about Epstein, all that bullshit. Well, anyways, he was on Rogan a couple last 7 days ago, so a week ago, and they're talking about Alex Jones, right? And talking about Infowars. He goes, "I'm good with their team." He just released a bunch of people on his video on TikTok about connected to the chow rings and all that bullshit. Well, anyways, he goes, "I'm good friends with Alex Jones' staff and this and that." Dude, the staff member was gunned down in front of his house like 2 days ago. He was leaving work from the studio and they blasted him, dude.
One of Alex Jones's guys.
Yeah, one of his main guy who was friends with that boy. And yeah, because he's like dropping people's names down who are linked to Epstein. Some billionaire, I forgot what he owned. But he lives in Ohio. And supposedly like all his money, and the guy's putting him on blast, like literally putting him on blast and telling the information. He's calling out Pat Bondi, the Attorney General.
Yeah.
He's calling her out. He's calling out Cash Patel.
Cash Patel's getting called out a lot.
A
now.
lot, dude, because a lot of the stuff he said that he was going to come out with,
Not happening.
you know, they're saying that is there people that told him, hey, we have some important people on our side that's on that list. So we got to, or are they appealing to the money? Or are they appealing? You know what I mean? It's pretty wild times because a lot of people are getting pissed off that stuff hasn't come out yet. You know, it's pretty interesting.
That's a rabbit hole, man. You could lose your mind or just focus on yourself.
Yeah, facts, dude. What do you think,
It
Joseph?
wouldn't affect us, right? Anyway, I guess if this list came out, I mean, I'm sure, dude. Like, Trump's like, I'm gonna release this, and some director walked into his office and like, look, we need to talk. You do not want to release this list. I mean, he's said in interviews that he's been told that before, and he's like, all right, fuck it, I get it. Like, it's not good for the public to fucking know this. Like, it could be very detrimental to like society if things like this come out. So you have to keep the peace. Maybe I mean, whatever.
What was
We
your
voted
take?
for Trump, so let's just hope he's fucking doing.
What was
everything,
your take on your boy Zelensky fighting with him in the office?
Oh yeah, did you watch that?
Yeah, I saw
Zelensky
that.
in the Oval Office.
Yeah.
That was good.
What was your take on that? Was he being disrespectful?
Well, Vance started it.
Yeah, Vance.
You know,
got
JD's,
active.
hey Jay, you don't fuck around, dude.
No, bro, I like him. a lot, dude.
Mr. President,
Yeah, yeah.
did you say thank you?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
you don't
yeah.
fuck around, dude.
Because they're talking about how like their draft there, right? How,
You
like,
mean when they just roll up and throw you in a car?
Yeah, and
That's
so
called kidnapping.
Yeah, and he's like, yeah.
Get them car, you fight the war.
Well, that's what Vance was talking about. He's like, I've seen some fucking video of you guys throwing people in van. He's kind of hinting at it, but not saying it.
Well, he said right there, like the thing that bothered me the most was the money. They've sent so much money, he only had so much accounted for, and then he didn't want to talk about anything else after that. Like,
Well, he said he's like, we never got that money. They said they sent it, but we never got it.
yeah, it's
like,
all. It's
You
all.
know
like-
he has like vineyards in Italy, right?
Yeah, yeah. Well, I saw his
Oh,
wife
I'm
drives
sure.
a Bugatti.
Oh yeah.
well, in the
Dude, I
middle
mean-
of this, his wife just got a brand new Bugatti.
Yeah.
Like talk about
Yeah.
war, huh?
And
War
also,
time.
he's canceled all future elections.
Yep.
Until the war's over, and it's like, what the fuck, dude?
he's a dictator. That's a dictator.
But you see how he said, he's like Trump, or he's like telling Trump, he's like, you're gonna get a ceasefire, but it's not gonna hold. Like they say they do ceasefires all the time, right? And he's like, it won't happen on my watch. He's like, it already did happen on your watch when you were a president before. And he's like, no, that never fucking happened. And I was like, I don't know, is this guy reaching or I don't know. I don't know the facts. So I just thought it was interesting. Like, yeah. But then, so what happened after that, right? They didn't have good negotiations. And then like a week later, he came back and he's like, hold on, we'll negotiate. We'll make
Yeah,
it
he
work,
rolled because he told him he'll go straight to Putin, and Putin said he'll give us the minerals and shit. That's why they can make a deal of ceasefire. Don't even have to talk to Zelensky.
Well, that's
At that
why.
point.
That's where. Did you see?
Like
Canada?
let the parents talk. You
You
just
s-
sit there and
You
shit.
see what Canada did? They got rid of Trudeau, but appointed like a stronger same party.
Yeah.
No election, but they put a new person in that's going to fight back more. But
Well, no, I think the election's still coming up, right? So Trudeau stepped down, right? And then, okay, so they said the overwhelming poll started to switch to their, what would be their right side, right?
Yeah.
Their conservative side. And then, because of Trudeau, but then they put in some new fucking guy, right?
But he's on Trudeau's same party.
Yeah. And then
Yeah.
they said the polls now are switching back to him. And they're like, what are you guys doing? Like, you guys were so upset about Trudeau, but you're still going to stick with that party. So,
Well, it'd be
They said
like
it's gonna
it'd
be
be no
interesting when
difference
this
than
poll-
a lot of people in California.
Do you
Yeah,
do you do
yeah.
any business out of Canada or anything with meats or anything?
No.
I just sometimes like I've told you guys I have a hard time believing what we see.
you're probably excited about the food with RFK, right? He's going to try and
Oh yeah.
like clean up everything.
You
and-
see everything going off the shelves,
Yeah.
like all these food products that are gone.
Red dye number
Really?
5,
There's
baby.
yellow.
If it's got it,
there's
it's
all
gone.
no, it's not 5. It's red 40. There's yellow. This.
He already
this.
did all this? I haven't
It's-
seen any
it's-
updates
It's
with
happening
him,
now.
like,
Oh,
No,
I
it just-
seen
it
it
just
at
got an
work on the
update.
vending
Yeah?
machines.
Yeah, just got an
Certain things are
update.
disappearing now.
It's just amazing to me that what was it? The red dye 40's been banned for like 10 years from other states because of the cancer or whatever. But
Here,
Can
well,
can you,
did you
can
know
show us-
that
there's a video that shows
so
how red dye is made?
Kellogg's
Can you
Kellogg's
show
and all
it
that
real
stuff
quick?
makes
It's like
2
10
different ones. And
Yeah.
they send the clean shit out to where
Canada and
all the different countries that are banned,
and we get the shit.
and we get the bullshit.
yeah, and it's crazy. And like you said, it's all about money. Like
Yeah.
just-
Well, so I guess
Shh, and just pay.
This will be the
Mhm.
cause and effect of this, right? If they ban these certain things, it's going to cause the food price to go up because now they have to use real shit.
Bugs.
You know what I mean?
Bugs create red dye number 5.
Have you seen this?
No.
Okay, it's like
Yeah,
it's only like a
it's-
few seconds, right? It's not very long. Okay, what, dude? It'll fuck
No.
Yeah, it's like these dead beetles.
with you. Yeah, dude.
No.
Gosh, dude.
These are in my fucking hot dogs.
Cochino.
No, that's why. Hey,
My
I want.
ballpark.
Hey,
Oh,
I gotta tell this dude, Fitchin, hot dogs are the business.
Yeah.
Whatever
All
you guys,
beef? All beef?
bro,
yeah.
you eat one of those things, you're like, I've been getting hustled my whole life. Like,
Yeah.
they're
item,
amazing.
Like this yogurt. If it's red, stop and take a look at the ingredients list to see what dye is making it red. Now, it could be a synthetic dye made from something like a coal tar sludge or a petroleum distillate, or it could be made from cochineal bugs. The cochineal bugs, like I have here in front of me, this is a very common food dye as well. Now, living or dead, cochineal bugs don't really look like anything. But look what happens when you take some of these bugs and we grind them up into a powder.
Get the fuck out of here.
We'll put some on this lid here. Now watch this. We're going to add a few drops of water and watch what happens. In just seconds, it turns into a brilliant scarlet red dye. Now we have the early Indians of Mexico to thank for this
don't do
discovery,
this.
but it was the Spanish that brought it to the rest of the world. Now how do you determine if cochineal dye is being used in your food? Just look at the ingredients list and search for these key words. Carminic acid, or it could say carmine, or like in the case of this Jell-O, they just went right out ahead and said cochineal extract or bug juice. Now before you
Holy
run to the bathroom
shit.
and rinse your
Has
mouth
yellow
out,
6 in it too.
stop
All these
and take a
things
look
are
at
bad.
the
All
ingredients
yellow, there's
list.
a bunch of them that are
You may
like
be rinsing it
popping up,
out
but
with even more bugs. Now, as distasteful as this may
What?
seem,
No. Put it in
some of this
Listerine?
Cochineal dye
Listerine?
has been around for centuries. It is
At least it's like full
So
of
after you eat
alcohol.
ass, what's the point of using Listerine? Either way, you're getting bugs.
you're probably better off
You're
just
getting red dye.
Yeah, you're better off just natural immunity,
yeah,
baby.
just,
You know
just
what I
keep
mean?
eating ass. Like, don't even
Yeah,
wash it
right
off.
there.
That's the best. Yeah, that's the best.
It's like
way to
a
build your
like
immune system.
he said pigs don't get fucking sick.
Yeah, they eat ass like crazy.
Very often.
They just eat it all. Fuck it.
They're always facing ass. That's gnarly, dude. Bugs.
I do think that fucking carnivore diet though thing is crazy, dude. But I could you imagine eating meat only?
Yeah.
It's like it's
Yeah,
meat.
dude,
I'd be
What is
fine
it?
with
Meat
that.
and eggs? Like,
Ma-
do you know, so what's
it's basically from what the
Meat and
easiest
dairy,
way
I think.
anything that breathes or has eyes. So you can do any dairy,
Yep.
honey,
but
yeah.
basically meat every
Yeah,
meal. And,
yeah.
That would bother you?
But
What?
so, there's so many people that have come in to the store that we have talked
So
to.
you've
That've been
seen
on
it.
it.
You see
Yeah,
it?
seen it.
You see it.
6 months, 8 months, 2 years. Swear, almost all of them swear all the medications are gone. And where I have a hard time with it is they'll say, "Oh, it's even helped my arthritis," and I'm like, I don't know about all that, but you know, those are the kind of things when people tell me that it's like I don't know about that, but they look great. I mean, they said they feel great. Yeah, and I mean they've stuck to it. You know, sometimes they'll waver every couple of weeks, have a cheat meal or whatever, but you know,
The problem is like, the problem like I have is like at first it sounds good. But once you're a 1 week into it, you're like, okay, this is good. 2, 3, whatever, right?
I only
What
made
do you
it
want?
once.
What do you want?
Then you hit to this fucking limit where you're like,
Yeah.
dude, it's the same.
What do you
fucking
want?
Thing.
Yeah.
What do you want? What's going through your mind? You want a donut? Do you want?
Like, yeah, what is gonna
It's
fix your
anything.
fix?
What's
Dude,
gonna
it's
fuck
like,
pastas?
Dude,
Is
I
it
don't know.
pastas?
You want bread, right? You're like, I fucking
Me? Shit, I want In-N-Out. That's what I want. I'm
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
fuck this. I'm going
Well,
In-N-Out.
when you see this clip,
Hey, I got a thing to tell you guys about In-N-Out. I'm pissed off.
Uh-oh.
Uh,
But is it about going to Tennessee? Because I'm mad too.
No, I'm
That's
not.
Gavin's fault.
No, I'm proud of her. She's a smart woman.
Okay, what happened?
So I go to In-N-Out the other day, and this fucking bum's out there waiting, right? I'm like, you hungry? He's like, yeah. I ordered this fucker a meal, come back around, he's gone.
Oh shit.
I'm like, you
Should just hit
motherfucker.
me up. I'm like, I'll eat it.
No, I took it home. I got an extra meal, but I'm like, why fucking try to be nice? Like, you know,
Yeah.
he wanted like, I had a little sign with money or anything helps. And like, as I'm pulling in, I'm like, hey, you hungry, bro? He's like, I could eat. I'm like, all right, cool. So even I was ordering, Gabby's like, don't forget about him. So I ordered him own number 1, put him in a bag, drink and everything. Got him the whole kit and caboodle. Come up, like, pull out. I'm like, this fucking cocksucking motherfucker. I try to be nice.
Oh, you mean it felt like it was In-N-Out's fault? I'm like,
Yeah,
wait,
but
I'm like,
I-
what did they do,
Yeah.
dude?
No, I was just upset about the whole situation. Like, I try to go help, like, be nice or help a bum or whatever. And this fucker's
Yeah, you fucking bum.
He turned In-N-Out down, you cocksucker. Like, that's what I was mad about.
He's
But
like, I like McDonald's.
but I ended up having
Yeah.
In-N-Out for lunch the next day, so I'm like, thanks.
I
fucker.
like McDonald's.
Yeah, he's like, I like
That place
McDonald's.
is so fucking disgusting. dude.
What, McDonald's?
Yeah, dude.
Stop.
Dude, I don't know.
Stop.
It's not the same. Like I don't know. Maybe
It's
Joe,
like that
remember
one.
being
It's
better
like
when I
that
was a
girl,
kid.
that sleazy cochina girl that you just know
Joe,
it's
you
all
drink
bad for you.
Starbucks
You know,
coffee
but
every
it tastes
day.
good
It's
with
like the
some hot
same
mustard
shit.
and sweet and sour.
No, it's not.
To me, like, Starbucks is the same thing as McDonald's to me.
I,
How do you relate Starbucks to McDonald's?
I believe it's a Starbucks. I believe
Starbucks
it's
doesn't
the
even make
McDonald's
their
or the
own
Coffee Land.
So where does it come from then, Joe?
What?
Where does all the Starbucks food come from? You think it's all great and
It's
Well,
all
I'm sure
frozen.
they, I'm
for
sure they use
sure.
kitchens
organic?
It's all
somewhere.
frozen
Yeah.
for sure.
Like, it's all organic and
Yeah.
great shit?
Were you talking about the coffee or the food?
All of it.
No, I don't agree with that.
Are you getting sassy? Do you don't
I-
like?
I don't get
is he coming-
coffee.
Is he coming at you right now? You don't like
What?
Starbucks?
He
Are you-
eats the fucking egg bites and the sandwiches.
Dude,
Yeah,
the
so-
fucking
so
hey,
it's frozen.
Hey, the breakfast burrito.
What, yeah, but who
So
cares
do
if
you-
it's frozen?
So I think it's the same quality of food as McDonald's. That's what I'm telling you.
How dare you compare that to a McNugget?
what?
I think
Fucking
Joe,
Starbucks
This is where we go back to
sleaze.
Joe missed out on childhood shit. Like, we was to go to fucking. Let me go to McDonald's, get my Happy Meal. I'm fucking happy.
Yeah,
Like, leave
right.
me alone.
My fat ass as a kid. I'm like, can I get a Big Mac?
Yeah.
Dude, my mom and dad cooked every fucking day. It was rare we'd ever ate out. But yeah, I don't know, dude. Whatever. I mean,
You
yeah,
never
I
had
just-
McNuggets? You don't like
no,
McNuggets?
recently, I'm not maybe not like super recent, but like dude, maybe 6 months. Like we went to McDonald's and I got like a double cheeseburger or something like that. I was like, what the fuck? It just didn't taste right anymore. I don't know.
Are you a
No,
fast
for me,
fooder?
no. I was gonna say I ate McDonald's last week, and the thing that sticks out to me as a kid is just the taste of their ketchup.
Really?
Oh,
It's
yeah,
not even.
fire.
I can't taste the meat or anything, but the taste of the ketchup
It just makes it
it's
all that
just something.
better.
It's like, yeah, this is just brings
Ooh,
me back.
on their
yeah,
fries?
It's like, I'm
Fries.
looking
Ooh,
for
fries,
that.
bro.
On their fries?
Yeah,
Ooh.
fries.
But
I
I'm
like the soggy fries though.
Oh, see, I'm a crispier.
I
Yeah,
know.
crispy guy over
Crispy
here.
But
fries
I'm
everywhere
like
else, but
nuggets.
McDonald's,
Like, nuggets
that's
are-
what's
Nugget,
up.
Go
bro,
with
I
my
eat nuggets like
childhood.
Skittles.
Yeah, I'm a childhood dude. I even used to remember.
Like Skittles. homie.
I got to a point where I loved it. You know, when I was a kid, my mom would take me, give me my Happy Meal. I'm happy as fuck. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I got to the point where I'd eat all the crispy part off, and then I'd eat my nugget. Yeah, but my son, dude. Every time we get a haircut, every other Friday, as soon as we get done, he's like, "You take me to McDonald's?"
Oh, my kids love it.
I'm
Yeah.
like,
yeah.
now, dude. Now his thing is, he's like, we pull up, he's like, we go in. He wants to go play. So lately, I've been having to go in and fucking hang out, and he plays, and he don't even want to eat though. He wants to just run amok, and I'm
Yeah.
like, bro, come here and fucking eat a nugget, like eat a fry, take a drink, go back. But
Yeah.
it's just part of growing up. With your
Yeah,
kid.
dude. I'll go with my kid and I'll pop an edible. He's like, when Boo Boo would go,
Yeah.
he'd be like, "We're gonna get Dad." I'm like, 100 nuggets. He's like, 100 nuggets. I'm like, watch me.
So
Roll up to the window. I'm like, yeah, let me get
hey,
100 nuggets. And he's like, are you sure? And I'm like, yeah, sweet and sour, hot mustard. What do you want, Boo Boo? And he's like, let me get his Big Mac with whatever.
JB will eat a 10-piece large fry and a drink. My son eats 6.
Wow.
What's up,
Dude, I'm like, you're gonna shit out a whole nugget, bro.
dude?
Like,
I'll knock out 20 on the way home for
Yeah,
sure.
I always
I'm
get
like,
the
red
full-
light,
40-piece and 2 large fries. 20
red
bucks.
light.
I'm like, we're not getting a kids meal, boy. Like every fucking, I'm eating some nuggets.
Go behind
today.
a big
What
rig.
about when you go and you don't get any fucking red lights?
Yeah, yeah. Oh, dude, I go behind a big
Shit.
rig.
Yeah.
I can work with this. I can work with this. I can work with this.
Think
Hey,
about what you're saying.
you gotta be
get no red
strategic. You
lights.
gotta be strategic. So I would roll up like on a red light. I'm like, okay, here we go.
Hey,
This light, I'm gonna do my sweet and sour hot
that's-
mustard, right?
Hey, that's
Okay.
funny. I thought I was the only one. Sometimes I'll get some shit on the way home. I'm like, I gotta eat this before I get home. So
Those
nobody
are riding
fucks
fries,
with me.
right? Those are
Yeah.
riding fries. You need the riding
Yeah.
fries for the house.
Yeah,
Because then you get home like, who the fuck ate my shit? Like
My-
you did, dude.
my,
Like,
yeah,
goddamn
my
it, I
daughter will
did.
bust me up. She's like, did you get food? No. Like I'll have to roll it up, put it in the trash sometimes. And she'll bust me up though. I have to like. I'm like, fuck. I might as well get him something.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
for
do the
sure.
same
Yeah,
thing.
dude. I'm gonna knock down at least 40 nuggets on the way home. If I hit like a couple, like on Bear Valley. Yeah,
It's just like an automatic feeder.
yeah, dude. I'm like, hurry up, red light, red light. I'm like, I can make it. You know what I mean? There's times where I spilled the sweet and sour all over me. I'm like, no. I'm like, fuck it.
Yeah, just tip it off yourself.
Thank God
Yeah.
I'm going home, huh? I'm
Yeah,
going
thank God.
straight
No,
home.
there have been times where like I went to the shout out Carlos. I was going to get my haircut and I'm like, fuck, dude, I just got off of work. And there's that old slut girlfriend at McDonald's right there. I'm like, fucking, I'm hungry, dude. So I roll in there, I get my nuggets, and of course, here we go. And I'm driving. I'm like, okay, sweet and sour, mustard. And I
Oh,
fucking
I'm
dude,
not a
all over
mustard
my
guy.
jeans, dude. The sweet and sour. It looked like I just fucking jacked off everywhere. You know, I walk in there, he's like, "What'd you do?"
Don't worry about it.
Yeah, I'm over there like
So-
rubbing my nugget on it. Don't worry about it, man. Just cut my hair.
What's your what's your go-to like eatery around here? Where you like to go sit down at?
Sitting down. Breakfast, I would say Corky's.
Corky's, yeah?
Breakfast, yeah.
Mm.
Are you like
Pancakes.
that? If you could choose any meal a day to like sit down and eat, are you a breakfast guy or dinner?
No, I'm more lunch.
Lunch?
So yeah, Mexican food.
Yeah,
Just yeah,
whatever you get.
yeah, pretty much wherever.
Yeah?
Yeah, I
Nothing's
would say.
favorite or like
No,
you crave,
because I'm
or-
all over all the time, so
Yeah.
kind of wherever. But yeah, there's a few that I don't like that I'm like, nah, I'm not going there, so I'll eat something else.
What about
but,
like date night? If you're going out for date night,
more of a restaurant, like
Yeah.
Roadhouse or just
Okay.
yeah, something like that.
good old fucking butter biscuits.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah.
I just went to that place right next to right up Bear Valley, next to the mall area. But
Come
the
on, a
south
little
side,
more.
Where's
a
all
little more
that?
info.
Restaurant row.
Yeah, a
Is
little
that,
more.
is that what that is?
Restaurant. You got Pancho Villa's.
Yeah, every
you got-
Have you
restaurant.
been to the taquito place?
Yeah,
No.
oh, that's good.
Yeah, it was.
Oh, it's
I
in
like
the,
the
it's right by
potato
like
ones.
it's a little
Next
retail
to Habit.
set,
It's right next
retail
to
set
Habit.
right
Yeah,
there,
yeah.
right?
Yeah, well, I went in there and me and Megan got whatever. Everything was good, and then they had those churro donuts. I was like, ooh. And then they had like a half.
Joe's
they
a
had
fucking
like, they had like
sweet
a half
king.
dozen.
And I
Right?
haven't seen Joe at the gym, so you just
Yeah.
stacking up those cows.
It's like $15 for a half dozen. I was like,
Have
I
you
was
missed
like,
all
fuck
week?
it, get it.
Have you missed all week?
And so we
Yes.
get it, dude, and we eat our food, and I'm like hyped, dude. I'm like, I can't wait to dig into these. So I take a bite, dude, and it literally like I pick it up and it just crumbles into a bunch of pieces. And I was like, what the fuck? I was like, this is dry. This isn't even fully cooked.
Yeah.
So I went right up to the girl. I was like, look, can I return this? I was like, this is not good. And she's like, yeah, I understand. And I was like, what do you mean you understand? So you're serving shit food, you know it's not good, you know?
Yeah,
Whatever.
yeah.
They give me my money back, so
You're happy?
But besides that, the taquitos were pretty fire, and then I got nachos and shit. So,
Yeah, they're good. That place is good.
Yeah, when we were at the Texas Roadhouse, I took a shout out gift, took a gifted edible, and half, right? And my mom was like, "What do you want?" I'm like, "Let me get 2 orders of deep fried pickles. Let me get a 12-ounce New York strip, grilled onions and mushrooms, loaded baked potato, everything in it, Caesar salad, right?" And I'm sitting there, dude. I went to town on those fucking rolls, the honey rolls, the butter.
Mm.
When we left, I was like, "I'm not. Don't touch me. I'm ugly. I'm a fat girl right now. I don't.
I'm not
I need
fucking
ginger
tonight."
ale."
Yeah.
The waiter came back. Can I get you guys anything? I'm like a fucking Alka-Seltzer. Like, you know, like, oh,
When you
dude.
feel it before you're leaving.
Oh,
you're
just sitting there like, I don't look. Don't look at me. Don't look at me.
As I've gotten older, alcohol gives me heartburn like a motherfucker. I don't know
man.
about
Hard
you
liquor,
guys,
yeah,
bro.
for
Dude,
me.
like I'm like, I
The
feel like
next
a
day, bro,
fire-breathing
whiskey. The
dragon.
whiskey hits me the next
I'll
day.
wake up in the middle of the night like,
Whiskey's like
This is
later.
it. Gabby, this is
I'm
it.
having a heart attack.
Yeah, Gabby, this is it.
She's like, go drink some fucking milk. Like, don't bother me.
Milk that gets rid of it.
Yeah, you can try that. I learned that from a buddy. Milk will kill heartburn.
Fucking
Sometimes,
Omar
like,
told me.
yeah.
Omar told me. He goes, lay on your side, Beto. Lay on your side, and that's where your congestive system. I go, what's this bro science bullshit? He goes, no, you won't get heartburn. And bro, I laid on my side 10 times worse, coming
Yeah.
out my fucking nose.
No,
and-
dude, you're actually. They say you shouldn't lay on your side because like all the food will like go to your like,
Yeah,
and it
yeah,
doesn't
builds it.
process correctly, you know. But,
Yeah, I try and never go. Like if I eat late, oh, I'm not going to bed. That's why you don't see me at the gym in the morning because I end up eating late, and I don't like to go to bed right away. If I eat, I have to have at least 3 hours in between. You know what I mean? Especially after a feast like that. Oh,
You know what I don't get? Like, I can't figure this one out. The more I eat, like at night, the hungrier I wake up.
Oh yeah, I'm the same way.
I'm like, what the fuck?
I'll
ate?
get up in the middle of the night and eat
Yeah.
something. That's my problem.
Really?
I do.
Yeah, no.
I'm like thinking, I was looking at a banana, maybe a yogurt, and I'm like, fuck it, I
You
eat
know,
both
dude,
cereal,
Not a
Pop
cake,
Tart.
yeah.
I'm gonna.
yeah,
I'm
I
gonna
warmed up
start-
leftovers last
I
night at
start-
midnight.
I stopped smoking, and usually I'll get up in the middle of the night and eat, smoke and go back to bed. But dude, I've been waking up and I have no like. I'm like, fuck. Like that was my just mummy to the fucking garage and smoke, mummy back to my bed and drink a cup of water. And now I don't have that. I'm gonna maybe get up and try to eat.
Get a bowl of cereal.
I talked to Yenny at the gym the other day. She's like, "How are you doing?" I'm like, "Dude, like my sleep cycle's fucked." She's like, "You need to meditate." I'm like, what the fuck in the middle of the night? I'm trying to breathe and meditate. I don't even know how. Like, what do you do? And she's like, just figure it out. I'm like, okay, I'll try it, but I think I'm gonna go with the food try. Sounds like it might work out for me. I don't know.
It is, but you know,
It's so good.
it's fuck
I
yes.
eating peanut butter and jellies lately.
Nothing wrong with that. That's all organic.
Yeah, yeah.
Not Jiffy. Not Jiffy.
Yeah, Jiffy Goober, baby.
Not with
That's
that
when you want to be a
red
whore.
dye 10 or purple dye.
Well, you know that they're coming, like a lot of shit's coming out, but peanuts are a superfood.
Yes.
Like eat a raw peanut, like just eat those fuckers. It's really good for you. But peanut butter is so
Peanut butter?
That's a problem when we talk about like foods and stuff. In my head, I go to dieting. So when we talk about like the reason I ate chicken is because it was less fat, right? You know, like things like that. Like what else did we say? Whatever. But I always think like dieting. So when we talk, what'd you just say about
Peanuts are superfoods.
Oh yeah, peanuts, right? Like I'd always like almonds or like you know what I mean. But like if you
No,
you can get carried away real quick.
peanuts. Just regular peanuts are like a superfood.
Yeah.
But like
well, they say almonds are too, right?
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
but,
Yeah, they said they are. That's all bullshit though. I'm
like
fuck
Jiffy
that.
is
I really
so,
get a Reese's
it's,
cup.
what's that fucking word I'm looking for? It's processed.
Yeah.
So they put a shit and then it ruins it.
Yeah. I'll eat my Reese's cups. That's my.
Oh, I'll never stop those.
Oh, bro,
Yeah.
that Easter egg. I see that Reese's Easter egg. I'm like,
My favorite are the Christmas trees. The Christmas trees, like the peanut butter to chocolate ratio is like a little extra, so you get more peanut butter
hey,
on those
put that
ones.
motherfucker in the freezer.
Dude,
Oh,
that's like
no.
a fast break, bro, from the gas station. Those, oh my
Do you ever feel guilty? You're like, no.
Yeah.
Yes.
I should have. Yeah.
No, hell no. I'm like, give me more.
So I'm crazy. I love the smell of peanut butter. I can't fucking eat it.
no?
Really?
It makes me gag. Yeah, I hate the taste of it,
Really?
but I love the smell of it. Like
Texture and everything, you can't fuck
Oh
with
yeah,
it?
but I'll eat a handful. I'll eat peanuts all day long, but
But not
yeah,
peanut butter.
Nope,
Not like Reese's cups?
nothing.
What?
I wish, and they smell delicious. I
Oh,
just can't.
dude, a Reese's
Wow.
cup?
Dude,
About 2 years ago, I
I'm
tried
so
it and
simple, dude.
uh,
I'll fucking go in the fridge sometimes and I'll cut me a piece of celery and load that fucker up peanut butter.
Yeah.
Or I'll get saltines and do peanut butter on
Ooh,
saltines.
peanut butter and jelly on saltines?
Dude,
Ooh, that's a
have you
good
guys
snack.
ever done heat up a
Tortilla? Come
Oh,
on,
say
bro.
that.
Come on,
No,
bro.
I was just gonna
A
say that.
tortilla with some butter?
Or peanut butter is
No,
so
with
good.
Yeah,
peanut
with
butter.
peanut butter,
But
yeah,
then you
but-
put bananas and then honey, dude. Oh, that
Yeah,
shit-
dude. That's
I'm good with just tortilla and peanut butter. I'm good. Solid.
Also, I'll just old school, get a big old spoon,
Did your
like a lollipop.
Yeah,
Good night. You're like, good night, just lay on my side. Oh, fuck. Heartburn.
Dude, my dad would when I was a kid, he would, I don't know if you guys have ever done this, he'll make, I don't know what he would call it, but he'd put
With a hot dog?
yeah, so he would do a tortilla, a little like skim of mayonnaise, and he'd put a piece of cheese with lunch meat and then put a hot dog in it and roll it all up and eat it. And I'm like,
Yeah.
Perfect.
Poor
Little
man's
snack.
taco. That's what my dad
Yeah.
called it. Eat a poor man's taco. All
Yeah,
right,
shit.
fuck.
you guys fuck with pepper bellies?
No.
No? Do you know what that is?
Mm-mm.
Oh, it's like Fritos with chili beans and cheese.
No.
It's like a baseball, softball
No,
thing. Like when you're
Dude, and they put it in the bag, right? They'll
The
like
little-
put chunks of stuff.
No, I mean, it just depends. Some people put it in like a little cart. You get it at the thing, but like, yeah, you get chili beans with con carne.
Yeah.
And you get Fritos.
No.
Oh, bro, you're gonna love me.
Okay.
You could just get your Fritos first. Heat
like a
that fucking, heat that little chili bean can up. You know, dump it out. Heat it fucking hot so that it's steaming, and then you put some cheese on it. Ooh.
So there's I forgot the name of the fucking the little cart, but during like the fair, dude, they do curly fries, like a basket. They'll fry it and they'll fill it up with cheese in the middle, chili cheese. Dude, I'll go to
Have any of you guys been to the
motherfucker.
food cart on Appleby Road in Yuckaloma, where you bring your own bag of chips?
No.
So you go to the store, you buy
Yeah,
you buy a
that's what I
big
was
bag of
talking about.
chips. He cuts it open, and he'll put your meat, your cheese, whatever you want.
What?
Yeah,
Where's this
yeah,
at?
dude, he'll mix
It's
it
in the
all
gas
up, dude.
station right
Yeah,
there?
it's
The gas
the
station.
blue one, the blue little
Okay,
taco,
okay.
right there, the new Tripco.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
I still gotta do Mr. Porky's, bro. I haven't done
we
that
need to
yet.
hit that up. Have you guys done Teppin one?
No.
The Teppin truck. It's like $50 for a meal, but god damn,
I don't know,
like,
bro. I saw that cornbread.
That shit
from,
is like 2 meals, but
Mr.
it's fire,
Porky's,
yeah.
and I was licking my
He's always
phone.
over here, isn't he? Off of the
Mr. Porky's?
Yeah,
He's
18
everywhere.
guys.
Yeah, he's everywhere. Well, I guess they have a food thing on Seneca and 395 in Adelanto.
Hmm.
Thursday nights, I guess they do a big food truck setup out there, and they fucking a bunch of trucks go.
Yeah.
But that's I work out there. It's 45 minutes. I'm not going back out there for dinner.
Well, I know on Friday was it Saturday nights or Friday nights they do that over out there. The
Yeah.
big old food trucks.
Yeah, yeah.
Juan Poyos usually has a truck out there.
I'm
That's
actually
pretty fun.
excited for
when does he take over?
he's taking it over. We're just waiting for him to.
Yeah, when does that happen?
April.
Townsend.
April.
April?
The
April?
cook, yeah.
Yeah.
We're working on doing all their food, all their meat and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what I'm
sick.
glad to hear that. Then
Yeah, because I've heard a
Yeah.
lot of complaints about their steak.
They have that dry age bullshit that a lot of people.
Yeah, they're not doing that anymore. No,
Changing the
they said
menu.
that- Yep, they're changing it.
I think it needs to
testing
be
some different things.
like more. Honestly, I heard more affordable people
Yeah.
want.
Yeah,
Really?
and he even said focus more on the blue collar and just
Overpriced?
But they realize why they're taking so long to open is from what he was saying was they realize they have one chance because everybody's gone there and had different bad service and things. So the way he's looking at it is we got one chance. We got to be 100% ready when we open to meet all the needs and timings and all that.
I've even seen on the comments like people are like, "Can you take your chicken from the Pollo Bros and bring it and put it on a plate?"
Yeah.
Like they want
Their
the chicken.
so fire.
Like it's cool because the community is coming together. There's a lot of positivity.
Yeah.
But I think a lot of people are leaving the old Towns Inn where it was because a lot of people complain about service and their steaks. That's what I watch.
I literally have heard the both. Just steak and service. That the steaks are shitty, not cooked right.
Well, for
dry.
the price, dude, like you and Kaylee go to have some drinks and food, and it's like $200.
Yeah, I
and
was
you're
gonna
just
say
like,
$200.
You're just like, I would have rather went to Fleming's down the hill or like
I
a
went to
real
fucking
nice,
In-N-Out.
a real fucking steakhouse, and or go fucking to Steerenstein or go to fucking Outback and spend $100 and you get a way better service.
Yeah.
So
Steerenstein ain't bad. I like Steerenstein.
good old trio platter. You can get a
I
butterfly
love
cut.
Steerenstein, dude.
Steerenstein's great.
You
Can't
go there?
wrong.
You ever go there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I used to go there a lot with my grandpa, but yeah, I can still go here and there.
You guys don't supply them? You guys
No.
should be supplying them.
No, I'm sure they do their own, cut their own and stuff like
Yeah?
that. Yeah.
Because
Sure
Megan
they
used
do.
to work from,
That's what you
because it
said.
used to be Steerenstein and what was it?
Murray Calendars
Yeah.
right there next
Oh
to
Marie
yeah, that's where
Callender's.
Chick-fil-A is now.
Yeah.
I forgot about that. They tore a whole building down, huh?
Yeah.
Marie Callender's.
Did the
Yeah,
pies.
Get the pies,
Oh.
bro. Yeah.
This is a desert boy right here. He knows all the goodies.
Yeah, for sure.
You born and raised up here?
Yeah, in Barstow.
Oh, that's
But
right,
I
that's right.
worked for when I first graduated high school. I worked for Farm Brothers Coffee for 8 years. So I'd go to all the back restaurants, and I could tell you the dirty ones. And
Yeah.
back then, the ones that's like, no, don't eat there. Don't. Oh man, it's shit. And the ones up in the mountains, yeah,
Oh, you go all over?
Oh,
Driving
we went-
like
yeah,
a
I'd
little
go all
bobtail,
over.
right? Like bobtail
Yep.
truck.
yeah. And then we did service, so I'd work on the machines and all that. So yeah, I used to go to all those places and ate them all and tried it all and did that for 8 years, and then went to state or went to Allstate for a little bit, and then State Farm. So yeah.
Any hobbies?
I used to like doing woodworking and stuff, but just don't have the time with 4 kids and sports and work and then helping my
That
dad.
shit's
so-
therapeutic as
yeah,
fuck.
yeah,
Are
it's
you
nice.
single dad or with or
Yeah,
how's it work?
single.
Single
Yeah,
dad.
yeah, single dad.
So your hands
Single-
on.
I got
Single-
I got the kids 50%.
Single
No,
dad,
no, 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 no.
ladies.
So-
Hey, we're good at that. We're good at that.
Yeah, ask Jorge.
Ask him about ask Jorge. Jorge's getting all kinds of puss.
Jorge went from a drought to a flood.
Yeah, big time. Yeah. Jorge's drowning in pussy.
shit.
Never mind, ladies. We're just kidding.
Yeah.
We're not. Hit him up on his meat. Our 5th gen meat.
Sorry,
He's
bro.
first
I didn't
gen.
mean to-
Yeah, have Adam on the shirt. Fucking the ham hock himself. Yeah.
All right. So any. Fucking- so no kids are the hobbies, really, right?
yeah,
Just
just stay
invest in
busy and to
kids.
help my dad get the
Are there any
business.
sports or any type of activities for them?
For the kids?
Yeah.
Yeah, they do soccer. My son's in boxing.
Hell
my
yeah.
daughter's softball.
He's a
So,
boxer.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. How
Yeah,
long has he been
he's-
doing it?
About almost 2 years now.
Okay. Does he
Yeah.
want to fight professionally or?
Oh, he does, but he's not. He's gonna go in a couple weeks and spar with a couple other gyms, I guess, from what he's told me, but he wants to.
What's his weight?
That's a good question. I want to say maybe 120. Maybe he's.
There's a.
How is it? How
I
is
actually got hit up today from a friend of mine. His cousin, he's 160. He's a pro. He's from up here. He trains out of Adelanto. He actually needs some sparring because he said nobody wants to get in the ring with him.
Yeah.
But anyways, yeah, he wants to go pro boxer. Pro
Oh,
boxer?
he does, but I don't know.
He really
if
does.
he's built for it.
I don't think he's been hit hard enough to really say
That's
that.
that's what I tell everybody.
That's what I tell him. I said, you're good, and he'll tell me, each week, he's going 3 days a week, and each week how that went and
Where's he
what
go?
happened, and to that Fit Fem gym.
Okay, yeah.
And then there's I guess I don't know if he was semi-pro or what, but he comes in, he trains the class, and he was a trainer, a boxing trainer and stuff. So
Good for
he did
him.
that.
Man.
But yeah,
He just feel like he's got to get hit to really.
yeah, I want to see that before I because he's got a great work ethic, but to take it to that level, you got to put in the work. And I don't know. We'll see.
You got to be willing to just get that extra mile, man. And I mean,
So we'll see.
You got
it's,
boys or girls or
3
mix?
boys and a daughter.
One
yeah.
girl?
Yep.
good for him.
So
Good for him. Hell yeah. Best sport in the world. I always
Yeah,
say.
Jake, he's a big old boxer. You watch MMA or any of that stuff? Or
yeah, I
motorsports
watch it.
or-
And so I kind of watch whatever's
Going
on
on.
to whatever I got time to.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
I kind of follow whatever. So I'm not big into. I've just since I was 12 years old, I've worked for my grandpa, so all I've done is work. So You know,
Just
my
that's what's
kind of
instilled in you?
always it's kind of instilled in me, and so when I'm not working, I just want to relax, like mentally shut down and just
That's
sit
how I
there.
am.
Yeah,
That's how I am.
I'm done. So
What was I gonna ask? Early riser?
yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I've always gone to the gym. I'll try to get up at 3:45, 4 a.m. and I do a little different. Most people can just jump up and go. I gotta have a cup of coffee, relax, then I'll take a shower, and then I'll go to the gym. Like I gotta wake up and go. So then I get to my goal is to get to the gym by 5.
I got a buddy like that. He's a hustler, and dude, I've before I've stayed with him and worked for him and different stuff, and like we'd get up in the morning, this fucker would be in his PJs on the couch drinking his coffee.
Yeah.
I'm like, the fuck's wrong with you?
Yeah.
He's like, what, bro? I'm
Watch
like,
a little news and
because
just
my
wake
dad
up.
would tell me, get up, shower, let's roll. Like
Yeah,
you gotta
that's
go.
right.
You know, I see buddies that are different. And I'm like, but everybody's different. He's successful, builds houses, does his thing. So I'm like, good for you, dude.
Yeah, so I'll do that, and then when I don't have the kids, then sometimes I'll get up a little bit later and go.
Yeah,
Just depends what's going for the day.
that's cool, dude.
So a little flexibility.
Yeah, drink your. You don't do pre-workout before your workouts?
Oh
or
yeah,
no?
I'll do.
You do a cup of coffee and pre-workout?
I'll do
Jesus
both.
Christ!
Fuck it.
Yeah, I'll do it after. Or I'll do it when I get home. I'll
So
do a
what-
cup of
Did after,
coffee.
too.
What's making you go to Planet?
Just like I said, I gotta have
Convenience?
a buddy to work out with. So I got a couple buddies that go there that are pretty consistent.
Okay,
So I'll go there. So yeah, I mean it's kind of me. It's if I'm by myself, I just don't put in the. I'll just do the basics to get by, and that's
Yeah, I
it.
saw you
So
on AV the other day.
Yeah.
Your friends weren't that the other
Every-
day.
yeah,
Everyone's
so that's
late.
why I was only
Yeah,
there like
yeah,
45
gotcha.
minutes an hour.
Every
And I
once
rolled
in a
out.
while, when we first opened up, I used to see more there. And
Yeah.
every once in a while, I'll catch him here and there.
Yeah, I'll go there. But like I said, if I got a couple buddies that are consistent, and it's like I
Jump
go
in
there.
with them.
So when they don't show, I'm like, damn it.
Yeah.
You know, like,
Yeah.
come on, and they'll work late or didn't wake up or whatever. But for the most part, 3 to 4 days a week, I'll be able to work out with somebody, and we kind of push and get that. So yeah, like I said, it just I'm just by myself. It's like I'm motivated to do everything else but that.
See, I went from working out with the boys to a lot of days I get myself or my chick, but I work out. I enjoy by myself now. Like
Yeah.
Jake, kind of, I really enjoy it.
I always work out by myself. It's the best. The fucking best. Turn my music on. I mean, I'll have days where I work out with Kay, but for the most part, just music on or
It's
an
a-
audiobook.
It's real
Just lift.
super fucking peaceful. Like I'm like, I
Yeah.
don't need to talk to like I end up fucking talking to everybody, but
Yeah.
like
Or they tap you on your shoulder and you're like, yeah, what's up?
But
Hey, what's up,
it's
man?
interesting because sometimes I'll always either wear the Barstow Country Butcher or the 5th Gen shirts and
So
stuff like
somebody
that. Just whatever I just do. But sometimes you get those people that want to complain. It's
Oh, they wanna bust
fuck,
your
like,
balls?
what do you want to complain about?
In
And
the
half the
gym?
time,
Oh, yeah,
half
throw a
the
dumbbell
time-
at them.
But half the time it's I opened up my meat and I had it in the fridge for a week and it then it kind of smelled funny. It's
I
like
do have a complaint now. that
well,
you just said
I'm
that.
like okay,
My chick
well,
bust-
why are you closing at 5? Yeah.
no, actually, my chick.
Hey,
but-
man, your dad
there's
keeps
one
changing
more.
the schedule.
Yeah. My chick told me she's like, because I wouldn't open the fridge and one of the drawers was like, not the shelf was all dirty. And I'm like, what is this?
Yeah.
She's like, can you tell what's his name when he comes on the show if they could package their ground beef?
ground
better?
beef. We already did. Hey, already did
All right,
last
cool.
week.
I'm gonna tell you.
It's all
But she-
vacuum sealed
I'm
now.
like,
Dad got that guy.
I'm like, I don't want to bust his balls. She's like, well, that's what you're busting my balls about.
Well, and it's hard because with the ground beef, it comes in. It's called a stuffer, so we can just take those bags and they stuff them real quick.
okay.
With the vacuum seal bags, literally we gotta do it by hand, drop them in the bag, then vacuum seal them and smash them down. It's a pain in the ass.
Got you.
But with so many people complain about that because they would go, they would go to the store, come get meat from us, run to Target real quick,
Yeah.
go home, or
That's what we do.
put them
We
in
buy-
their fridge. And I tell people, take the fucking ground beef and put it on a plate. Use your freaking head. Why do you just put it in the drawer or whatever? Like
A lot
that's
of
just to me.
a lot
But
of people
people
do.
are in a hurry.
Yeah.
They're in a hurry and they'll just throw it in there. So, like I said the other day, I went in there and I'm like, Dad, you got all the ground beef in vacuum bags? Yeah, people complain. I'm like, fuck, whoever's doing that, my son. He said, have fun doing that shit. It takes forever.
Yeah.
Later,
You know?
bub. Drop mom.
I
Have a good
know,
day
he
at
is.
work.
It's funny he said he is though.
Yeah,
But
my-
yeah, sometimes I'll get complaints and I'll sit there and listen or whatever. And
Well, you're kind of,
You know.
you're reserved though in the gym. You're not like,
Yeah.
you're just kind of, I can tell you're doing your, that's why I'm like, hey, what's up, dude?
yeah, I
Yeah,
just
yeah.
want to get in and get out and yeah,
He's like,
go on to the
"Fuck
next.
outta
Yeah.
here."
I can
This
tell,
fuckers
like,
didn't show up again.
or yeah, sometimes I'll see him chatting with somebody, so I'm like, I'm not fucking with him. I'll just say what's up. And carry
Yeah.
on. But you know what's crazy? Some days I go to the gym, I'm like, I don't want to fucking talk to nobody. Like, but then before you know it, I'm talking to everybody, and I'm all happy. Like,
I don't know his
Changes.
name, but he's an older dude. He wears jeans, long sleeve sometimes, dark skin.
Bro.
Dude, he's a fucking reporter, bro.
he
I'm
talks.
like,
He's every time I don't even look at him because I'm like, I'm not fucking engaging with you, motherfucker. I'm not talking to you.
dude, he'll
At
come
Planet
over.
Fitness, I got two guys like I won't look.
Dude, he'll come over.
Walk.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He'll come over, dude. And
Dude,
he'll be like,
everybody.
hey,
Yeah,
And I'm like,
everybody.
what's up, man? He goes, hey, how much protein do you eat? And I look at him. I'm like, a lot. And then I go about 14 pounds a week.
Well,
and then he goes 14 pounds a week. He goes, my wife was trying to make me breakfast the other day, and I'm like, I want to talk to you.
Hey, one of our buddies that came on the show, he's like, that guy's a fucking narc. He talks too much, asks too many fucking questions. I'm like, calm down.
That's been the comment, Phil.
Calm down, bro.
Somebody hit me.
I think he's just.
Somebody hit me up and says, "That motherfucker a cop." I'm like, I don't know. I'll find out.
Yeah, somebody hit me the same thing, and he's like, don't fucking talk to him. I'm like, like Jesus, check your levels, bro.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah. But I think he's just trying to be
Lower
friendly.
that primo.
I think he's trying to be friendly in the gym. You know what I mean? And some people want to be that way, but
Look forward to it.
Yeah, he asked me a question one time. He's like, "Hey, we probably go take steroids." Could I just walked away? Like, leave me alone, dude. I got an hour and a half to lift. Just let me fucking do my thing, and we'll be friends on the off day. You know what I mean? But yeah, he's just trying to be nice.
there's one dude in there. He bugs everybody, I guess. And finally the other day, he's like, comes up to me, and I'm like, hey, are you here to fucking talk or work out?
Who is this? Give us a name. Roy.
No, he's a crusty looking dude. He wears it has a. I'm not even gonna say much, but
He's a
so I was at the front.
dude.
I was at the front desk, and Billy comes out. He's like, bro, your boy's on a fucking good one today. Fucking, I'm like, oh, Bill likes everybody, you know. He's like, fuck that guy, and I'm like, oh, okay, all right. He's like, just be prepared. He wants to fucking talk today. I'm like, all right, I'm not talking to him. So then the front desk chick's like, oh, we get complaints about him all the time. And I'm
Fuck,
like,
who is it?
I'm
God
like,
damn
really?
it.
She's
You know
like,
what his
and I'm
job?
like, because he just approaches you and starts talking.
Yeah.
And she's like, we get complaints from the girls. She's all, but they engage with him. And I'm like, so you want me to take care of this today? Because I'm not in that mood. She's like, well, I'm like, I'll put Jake on FaceTime. He could watch the situation. And she's like, no. I'm like, well, I'm not fucking with him today. And Bill already gave me a fucking heads up. So I just kept going. Then this fucking dude, I'm talking to Riley, you know, little Riley that rolls with Bill.
Yeah.
So he's stacked, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he comes over, the dude comes over, he's scrawny as fuck. Like,
Oh, man.
does the
Even
same
worse.
workout. Even the
worse.
other day, he always takes up one chair and he puts a curl bar and his little dumbbells, and he'll go to the bathroom. He'll be over here. So the other day, I put all his shit back. I went over there, put the weights back, and he comes back and he's like, I'm like, motherfucker, get the fuck on. But he comes over and me and Riley are bullshitting, and he comes over and he's like, I didn't know they let midgets in the gym. I'm like,
Who did he say that to?
he said it to Riley, and Riley's like, this guy's size, you know, like stout.
Yeah, he's definitely putting on some size.
Yeah, dude, he's stout as fuck. And Riley, I'm like, I so bad want to tell him. I didn't know they let little scrawny fucks in here either. But and I'm like, he leaves. I'm like, hey, you cool with that? And Riley's like, I could have took that totally the wrong way. He's all, but I'm not gonna fuck with him today. And then I talked to Riley later, and he's like, that fucker came back after you left talking some more shit. And I'm like, well, at that point, he's fair game, dude. You gotta
Yeah.
handle business with
Who,
this
I
dude.
gotta know what this person is. Nobody fucking.
I'll show you. He's
Yeah?
like, I want to be a country bulk. I want to be a little belly, little thick. I'm like, well, you're scrawny. You need to fucking eat some protein
Yeah.
and lift fucking weight.
Yeah.
Quit eating those protein Pop Tarts. Eat some fucking beef. You have a fucking fact.
But I don't want to be a dick to nobody at the gym. There's enough of those people in there. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Just want to go and do our thing. All right, DJ, you want to plug your social medias, brother?
Yeah, I mean we
Just a typical reference. You know, see Fifth Gen or Barstow. You know what I mean?
just the retail meat side, just using 5th Gen Meat Company. Everything, we'll customize anything you want. We don't have it, we'll get it. And then Barstow Country Butcher, if you're willing to take that step and raise your own animal and do your own thing, and you want to call us and get some pointers and stuff like that on how to do it or how to raise them or whatever, we'll do all that.
Okay.
For you on the.
Do you
on
have
that side of it.
Instagrams or
Yeah, Instagram. It's the Barstow Country Butchering, and then 5th Gen Meat Co.
just simple?
So yep, just simple.
I
Just
got
kept us-
a question. Do you have what's your message to the youth out there? What do you say to the world?
put in the work.
Mm.
Yeah, put in the work.
Okay. Simple.
Ask your dad the same question. Record it for us. I want to hang out with him. I
Yeah.
want to talk to that.
We need
dude.
to.
My dad's one thing is, and he lives life that way. There's no tomorrow. That's his thing. Like he's always through his divorce, things like that. Like I've always asked him, Dad, what kept you going? Like what, working through when you're sick and the flu and just all that stuff, and grinding from 2 a.m. driving to Ridgecrest, running around. He's like, there's no tomorrow. I work until my back and knees hurt, and then
Same.
it's good, and I'll go
same.
to sleep, and there's no tomorrow.
You know what's
Like,
crazy? Like, I don't believe in calling in work, like doing all that shit. And like, I have people that do it all the time to my work. Like, 2 guys one day, 2 guys these other days, and I'm just like, I don't get it. Like, show the fuck up and go to work.
Yeah.
Like, it's one thing I always remember about my mom. She never missed work, no matter what the fuck
Yeah.
was going on in life. She always got herself up, got ready, and went to work.
Yep.
And it's crazy. The newer generation, the newer shit, like they're just, I'm sick or I'm not feeling good. I had a stomach ache last night. I got a migraine.
On the way, literally before we left, my son goes, My dad told him, hey, next week you're out of school. You're working all week. Working weekends, everything, just so you know. And told there's 3 other guys there and told them all the same thing. And so right before leaving, Denver goes, Dad, what about on Thursday? I want to take my girlfriend on a date during the day, maybe go to like fishing or something. That's a good thing. Good luck talking to Grandpa. He goes, well, can you help? No. Good luck, man. I'll see you later.
I work for
see you
State
later.
Farm,
Well, the
I'll
best
see you
thing,
later.
Enjoy grounding, banging up that ground beef also.
the best thing later on, you can be like, hey, how did that go?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, I will. And my dad will call me and say, do you know? But his thing will be, can you believe Denver even fucking asked me that? That's what he'll tell me. Can you even believe he asked me that?
The fucking
Yeah.
rudeness, the
So
nerve.
I got a question. Like before we finish, would you say growing up it was tough, like with your dad that way, or is it something you appreciate and got used to?
No, I appreciate and got used to.
Yeah.
It did. It created some unhealthiness, I think, being younger
Mhm.
with, relationships and even my marriage, just because all I wanted to do was work.
Mhm.
So a lot of times I'd go run the Farmer Brothers route, and then I had my best buddy Lee. He and I, which he works for my dad's company, we would go and we'd cut meat till 11, 12 at night, go to sleep and do the same thing the next day. So it was like that was the priority. That was what was. So when my kids were born and stuff, and my dad called and said, "Hey, 2 guys called in sick. We got to cut these 3 beef today." All right, Dad, I'll be right there. So I put that first. So I got some regret there. So I try to find a healthy balance now.
Yeah.
Go to all my kids' stuff. Make sure we're doing homework. Make sure I go to their sports. So I'll do that. So a lot of times now, like I said, don't work for my dad. So I'm like, no, Dad, I got the kids. Sorry. Like, and he gets mad, but he knows because he has regret because all he's done is work.
Yeah.
So even now, like he doesn't go to any of the it's sad to say, he doesn't go to any of the grandkids' sports or anything. Meat shop's number 1. So yeah, although it's successful, a multi-million-dollar company now, it's
comes with sacrifice.
sacrifice.
for
So
sure,
it's
yeah.
now. So I've learned to accept him for him and love him the way I do. And hey, I just tell the grandkids, hey, you want to go see Grandpa? We can go to the store.
it's one
You
of
want to take whatever you want off the shelf? Go ahead. Grandpa don't care, but he's not going to show up to any sports or any softball. So yeah, it's. So I've found a balance.
Yeah. That's where you got to go. You know where to find him. You go see him there.
Yeah.
In
Yeah,
that situation.
Hell yeah.
Well, man, we really appreciate you coming
For
on.
sure,
yeah,
man.
DJ,
We
thank
do.
you,
Thank you
brother.
so much.
Yeah,
Super
well,
appreciate it.
Nothing
Had
but
a good
love.
time.
You're a local
Had a
high
good
desert
time.
guy. I'm sure a lot of people are gonna, want to ask some of the same questions, and a lot of us are on the outside looking in. What is 5th Gen? What's Barstow? Where does it differ? What's going on, and what type of services you offer? So thank you very much.
Yeah,
dude.
no problem.
Yeah,
Yeah, thank you. All right.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the ROIL Talk podcast. Smoke, lift, and live. Good night.
Good
Night.
night.